we're here. And only 3 minutes behind schedule. 2 more of our players are en route, and we're still getting prepped.
Are you here, Wes?
No, Wes, no. Don't know why this refuses to remember its settings. There we go. All right. So, for those just tuning in or coming in later and watching this YouTube video, we are a group that plays 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons in the Forgotten Realms universe, and everyone in the party is playing a Dragonborn from a particular clan. They're all from the same clan, out on an epic quest to save their homeland, which is Tirminther. They have journeyed long and hard and been through some stuff. They've seen some things, and they have in their possession a piece of metal from the gods that they're hoping to forge into a weapon to defeat their enemies. And that's why they are now found all the way in the frozen north, looking for a legendary dwarven city with a forge possibly capable of forging this weapon. Yeah, baby, get on.
Yeah. Tell them how late they are.
Is that on? We can get them again. Did it light up?
There we go.
There it is.
Andy!
She's psychic, so she's good.
Andy?
Oh.
Andy, come here. Come here.
Welcome to the stream, friends.
Sorry.
Good to see you.
So good to see you.
Oh my gosh, remember the orcs?
Yes, the orcs.
That was the first time. Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, sorry. That was the first time we ever came up with how about a strategic battle plan?
And you fought just mindless.
We fought things that just did not give a shit about morale or any of that.
So, I've already done the stream recaps, so we'll just do the last session recaps so everyone knows where we are. And I keep using the wrong name. Volkundrel, by the way, is the Forge's name, the God Forge.
Yeah.
The city you're looking for is called Drunbar.
That I did not know.
Yeah, I was gonna see. I thought we were looking
Is that old notes?
I kept using that word, but Volkundrel is in Drunbar.
You need a beer?
I got beer. You need a beer, Mitch?
Torpedo sex.
You want a session?
You want a session?
Yeah, I'll take a session.
Yeah, I remember last time.
So, Drunbar
No one liked the torpedoes, so.
is from the days when just dwarves and elves ruled this land. Their humans were still barbarian tribes. It is an ancient city, a lot of history to it, and it's been gone, and that's why you went and found that map in Castle Never to find where Drunbar lives. In its heart, it's supposed to be a forge that Moradin himself used.
What?
That's why they think it can forge the weapon that you...
Moradin himself.
Moradin himself. Yeah. The god Moradin.
Yeah.
So, last session, you guys traveled out with your convoy of dwarves, and you had found a small little fishing village, an ice fishing village, who told you that there are orcs to the south, and so putting two and two together,
south and
right?
A bunch of orcs.
Putting two and two together, you think, well, if there's orcs, they have to have a place to live, so they might be living in the ruins. And the map from the cartographer, Ricker, seems to match up with where you are. So you guys headed south, and you ran into said orcs. And they are mindless cannibals, savages, like just charge you down, frothing at the mouth, hacking away.
Badasses.
What was the name of the town that the forge is supposed to be in one more time?
Drunbar. 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 And there's probably some umlaut or something over the U.
Yeah, got it.
The umlaut makes the vowels sound like they do in English. Short vowels. So, ah. And
What would you...
umlaut makes the A instead of ah or a. You're like,
So what would be the accent mark to make Drunbar sound like Drunbar? To make it sound like a double O?
You leave the umlaut off. Drunbar.
Yeah.
Because the German U is U.
All right. You guys saw a mountain, like a pass, into the mountains, and you started heading there as you were avoiding more confrontations with the orcs, because they tend to sit up on hilltops in the foothills and look for prey.
Yeah.
So you guys wound around, you sent up your scouts to look out and make sure you weren't going to run into any of them. And just before getting into the pass, you decided to make camp because it was getting pretty late. And she made her little hut, her Leomin's tiny hut, and everyone's staying in there tonight. You hear beating drums and see campfires around up on the mountains and such from the orcs. But for the sake of brevity, the night goes by pretty uneventfully. You guys are all on edge, though, being in the middle of such hostile territory. So you're going to head into this pass, looking for this city somewhere, hopefully. Make sure, for the people that have to prepare spells, you have what spells you want prepared, because this is kind of a different situation and scenario than others you've been in.
Maybe I don't want to know the truth.
Can I have sandwich too?
We're also assuming like long rests.
This is a long rest, so you're all hit point back up and all the fun stuff.
That means we're definitely no longer blessed.
You are no longer blessed, so the 5 temporary hit points goes away.
Aided.
Aid, that's what.
Bless gives us a D4 to our D20 rolls.
Yep.
Which is pretty fucking cool.
But it only lasts like a minute, I think, or 10 minutes, something like that.
10 minutes is a whole battle.
Right. But 8 hours is a whole day.
It is.
And I'm wearing my... You can certainly try GM shirt, because it could very well be one of those sessions.
He's here, bro.
Might pass up Zone of Truth, but I don't know if I want to. Second level spells are...
Zone of Truth, I think, is always prepared for you.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Then, yep, I'm okay. $75 HP.
Are you serious?
I'm a golden god.
That's literally 32 more hit points than I had. Like 90% more hit points.
Aren't you more of a bronze guy?
I was. I've taken the shine.
Okay.
Your silver's looking a little more platinum these days. How's the morale of our dwarven and company?
They're each taking its different way.
Yeah. Who's the most positive out of all of them?
Ricker.
Ricker?
But he's kind of neurotic. Actually, it's probably it's probably Daradral. Daradral,
The Forge Master.
the Forge Master, is anxious to get to this thing, but he's old and crippled, so he is not happy that he's in the middle of a whole bunch of orcs.
I'll ask him when we're camping. I'll ask Ricker. What is about this forge that what do you want to get? What do you want to get most out of this? Out of seeing the forge? Are you a holy man? Do you dwarves follow gods and all that?
Yeah, he'll tell you about their gods. He'll go all into his Moradins
I don't want him to tell me about his gods. I just like, what does he want to get out of this?
Give me 1 second,
Sure.
because he does have an answer to that.
Okay.
Had Let Me Freak stuck in my head for like 2 days.
Huh.
I just turned off The Departed for a movie about a bee. I can't make it go away.
Ugh. He was watching, by the way. It is allergy season. Snoring doesn't.
Dude, it's killing.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, it's a little bit of rain.
The wind today. Ugh. All that dry, dusty pollen.
Well, while you're sitting in the hut with Daradral, I kind of, after you ask him what he's looking for and all this, and he's like, it's not really for me. He motions over to Chom.
The chunk.
The chonk. He doesn't have much ambition in life. I figured if he was going to make a name for himself in any of our annals, that this might be the only opportunity he has. So I agreed to come and bring him out here.
He said animals. You seem to be the most high-spirited of the group, though. Is that all there is? Not that there's anything to scoff at. So
Finding Ricker chimes in and was like, well, finding the ancient dwarven city of Dronebar. Especially with the of us locating Gauntlgrim again, it would be another milestone in the dwarven histories of reclaiming our old kingdoms and our history. And Dundrel agrees, and basically he says, I've worked forges all my life, never touched one that a god supposedly touched. That would be an honor.
do you really think you can work with this metal if you find this forge?
There's only one way to find out.
What would you do with it? We never ever discussed the shape, the form, like what to forge with this god metal.
We have.
Well, of course we're going to make it into an axe.
An axe?
I'm just kidding. Well,
We have this chunk of stone and mineral.
It just seems to be a cross paths in
Yes.
in cultures here. This is a great
What kind of
lost
weapon?
dwarven city.
What sort of weapon will you cast from this?
well, who wielded it before? What was the weapon?
A spear. It was a spear.
What's the past tense of wield?
There's a spear. Oh, weld.
Weld. Is it?
It's actually welt, but
Oh, is it? English teacher. All right. It was a spear thought to drive down upon the neck of the stem of, well, some say Tiamat herself.
Well, and you've shown him this once. You've shown him the piece of metal. He's like, that would be quite the spear, should say.
How big is this Tiamat?
perhaps we need to further discuss with these dwarves what kind of weapon would be best for fighting Tiamat. An axe is great, a spear is wonderful, but who will wield the weapon?
Do we know that Tiamat is the threat?
I think we
We're out here for?
assume it, don't we?
I think we do
I assume
assume
it from the dreams.
Because the cult that's been beset upon us,
Is the dragon cult, and
they worship Tiamat.
Yeah.
But we don't.
But
So we assume because of that, which is, I think, a fair assumption. But we don't know, do we?
I actually am kind of excited that we don't know what weapon we should make
Yeah.
out of this.
It's kind of a fun campfire conversation, as far as I think. Yeah.
This talk isn't completely irrelevant, but I think we should focus more of our attention as to
I'm
one,
cooking
finding
s'mores.
the city, finding the forge, and how we're getting past all these frenzied orcs.
You're right, my
Before we
lord.
worry about what
Fucking Sevra.
fucking forging.
My lord Savroth, we work on this every day and night for the last 6 months.
we haven't worked on getting past these orcs the last 6 months.
These orcs. Oh, well, you know, you rode with me. You know that should have worked, but it didn't with these ones. That concerns me too. Do you think something plagues them? How about you, dwarves? You saw a battlefield. I know you weren't in the front lines, but is that how greenskins work in these hills?
No, that was unusual.
Yeah, you talked about that last session.
Yeah.
They've never seen orcs like this.
Yeah, I'm trying to prod them for information though.
You've asked them about them last session.
Yeah, sorry.
So you got all the information from them that they've got.
So what's with that book we're trying to find?
What?
Go fuck yourself. Normally I'm down, but like the shape of the weapon is important. Fuck you.
The spear is a soldier's weapon. I quite like it.
I mean, all weapons are soldier weapons.
But a spear.
And Dundrol
lines
says,
and-
there are some things, you pour metal into, and you get what you get what you cast. If you want a sword, you get a sword. But then there's some things that the metal tells you what it wants to be.
I want to ask Yasa what Yasa thinks about it. What does Yasa think?
Not just that, like I'm curious as to what the metal is supposed to be.
Yeah.
How do we ask that question?
Oh, I want to ask Yasa, what would you make of it?
A nice paperweight.
A paperweight.
Maybe a dulcimer drum.
A dulcimer drum to stop.
Do we know what?
Dulcimers are? Yeah.
No, hush.
Very annoying.
I don't know what dulcimer is. Do we know what Zunshe was before? Wasn't it a sword?
Mm-hmm.
It was a spear.
That's what I said.
Yep. And when he does his spiritual weapon, it's a spear.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bahamut's weapon.
Yep.
One of them.
One
So
of the
when
bottoms.
we cast it, it might make sense to make it a
There's
spear.
another bottom
Just
that
another
uses pliers.
Ding, ding, ding.
bottom.
So
Damn it.
the night goes uneventfully. In the morning, there's lots of drums and howls and yips from the orcs as they're heading back out to the fields to hunt again. You guys, any changes in spells or anything like that? Anything I should know about?
I looked. I'm good.
All right. As you're going through your meditations in the morning and your renovation, and I don't even know what I was about to say.
As we go through renovations.
Renovations. Revelations.
Perfect.
You guys are packing up. A voice comes into your head.
I probably am doing reps, actually.
Says, Tristan has discovered your passage. He has been misinformed that you are searching the glacial wall. Icewing is on the hunt. Our transaction has concluded. Bliss.
His head?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll grab it and read it again. What was that?
No, it went through his head.
Oh, it went through. Oh, jeez.
We're getting that skinny, possibly.
Yeah, you guys
what
did.
Was that? I'm waking up. What did you?
You're also in the midst of your morning meditations and revelry. Yeah. But that's what you hear in your head. I'm going to read it again.
Yeah. I just didn't catch the beginning.
Tristan has discovered your passage. He has been misinformed that you are searching the glacial wall. Icewing is on the hunt. Our transaction has concluded.
Ooh.
Bliss.
Now we know where Tristan is and the ice dragon.
But they think that we're...
As long as he's a skinny though too, for...
Yeah.
Icewing is on us. Dwarves! There's a white dragon on
You
our
have
trail.
not been told this yet.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was on all our heads.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
That's why I keep saying, like, skinny this way, skinny.
Yeah, I'm skinny.
He's skinny.
Okay.
Now you can say something
To
about
our
dwarves.
people and then let Rofrost do whatever.
Yeah. Dwarves! There's a white dragon on a tail.
Our tail.
Tail.
Our chail?
What's a chail?
Our chail.
Our tail.
We've made a new
Archtail.
word today.
Archtail.
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 Do you know the dragon Icewing in these parts?
Nope.
Well, you're about to.
Well, he has been misinformed. We are going south to the World Spine Mountains, and he'll be hunting north along the glacial wall.
Yes, but
We can hope. I don't know anything about the hunting habits and prowess of white dragons.
It seemed that our expenses in the last town have proved helpful after all. But we'll see. But the dragon has indeed, as suspected, come from Fireshear en route to track us down. Who knows how clever this dragon is? Who knows how long it'll take it before it realizes it's on a faulty path? So be prepared.
It is important to think that we came on this journey based on the dream of Savroth.
I will make a pledge to extend my protection of life. I will is of the utmost importance. I've always protected the Prince Savroth, but I extend that to the Forge Master.
You're the prince now.
I mean, you are a prince. You're not the prince, but you're noble.
He's prince.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should take this as
I should
important.
change my name to just a symbol. So
Yeah, just
I actually make a pledge to protect the Forge Master, and I do it kind of yeah, like you are reclaiming lost homes. We are seeking our salvation of our home. It's time to make some serious calls here, and I give my life to you, Forge Master.
A pledge from Rolfrost should not be taken lightly. Anyway, we should also not take the message to Savroth lightly. We shouldn't move in the direction. The direction. Sorry.
the direction. So you guys heading into the pass?
yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
You guys are heading up the pass.
Yeah.
This is a fairly wide pass that kind of a fairly wide, low pass that heads off into the mountain, kind of like sneaks around. Let's see, who is scouting for orcs? Is anyone?
He's obviously the scout.
He's the scout, the big shiny metal guy.
Oh, that's a good
I'm
idea.
scouting. I'm
All
obviously
right,
scouting.
do a stealth and a perception.
Oh, both.
My perception is about. My stealth is dog shit.
Just remember you have advantage on stealth because your boots.
Thank goodness.
So stealth is 10.
What?
No, sorry, without... the stealth is 18. Perception is 11.
No. Roll stealth with advantage.
I rolled... Oh, I'm rolling another one, too, for...
That one's perception.
That's perception. So, my perception is 19, my stealth is 18.
Okay. You start making your way through. There's lots of trophies and markers in here. Pikes with skulls on them and all kinds of gruesome trophies strung up along the sides of this pass. But as you're making your way, you see a couple blinds. Looks like carved little places along the walls of the pass where people would sit and spot, but there's no one in them.
So I will massage to Savra. Like, hey, ain't nobody around? Dang all empty.
Dang all empty.
Alright, and I skinny dang all empty to everybody else.
Alright.
This time as he's got in your head, I'm just chatting it up with Daradol. Like, I do want to know about his long, boring dwarf history and stuff like that. We don't do gods. It's like we get the scales. We do the currency circulation. Like yeah, I pledge this guy.
He will tell you all about dwarf culture ad nauseum.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Anyway, I'm just saying that's what's going on when you get that message. That's what I'm doing.
And he skinnies everyone, and you guys continue forward. About like every once in a while, the pass will go, and then it'll almost like hit a rise, and then there'll be another, like a switchback or another pass going somewhere else. And about the second one of those, Ricker is like, and it's snow covered and everything. Ricker's like, this path, this is constructed. No mountain would have this easy of a method up it. No natural mountain has just a road 6 carts across going up to it.
Not even if it was leading to a city?
Well, and if he knows the number of carts wide.
If it's leading to a city, it would have that.
Should we dig?
Nope.
Yeah, he'll jump off and clear away some snow to see if he can find if this has been processed.
Zoin, I'll help.
Perhaps we should all do that.
You're still up ahead scouting, so.
I'm nowhere near.
They get down, they clear some path, and drill. Darren Droll, once you get down to the stone, he's like, "Yep, this stone has been carved and laid. The seams are nearly invisible, but this is a road. This is a dwarven road."
I stand up in relief, just like holding my clothes. This is a terrible idea.
So cold. So snow.
Oh, good. So we should move then.
Yes, we should. Alright. Now you need to make another perception check for this next leg.
14.
Okay.
Unfortunate. That's like...
Dude, like rolling. I have a +9 to perception, so a 14 is a shitty roll.
Yeah, that was a terrible roll.
Well, you gotta think that that's still a good roll.
That's a great roll.
As your skills go up, you have a higher chance of getting good rolls.
Yeah, +9. Oh, 7. Jesus Christ, that's a 12. Excuse me.
I brought this up to you that like it seems like there seems to be like this trend of like when you get better stats that like your good rolls seem like shittier rolls.
No, perception is actually a 14. Excuse me.
All right.
I'm looking at persuasion.
Oh, I'm sorry. You say 14. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You are heading up, and the pass kind of like goes up. There's on this way it was not so much a pass. It's like one side has a cliff going down, the other side is the mountain, and you're heading up, and then it kind of goes into the mountain, like it's carved into the mountain, and now you have walls on both sides. There's a remnants, like there's some odd stones in the way on the path. Big chunks of stone all covered in snow. It's probably just boulders that have fallen off the side of the mountain. But as you come up, it turns into a pretty wide opening. And you see about 20 orcs that are up there, camped kind of in the shelter of these walls on either side. But more so than that, you see in the wall of the mountain massive gates, 100-foot tall gates that have just been covered, that's completely blocked with stone. And it looks like there's 2 towers carved in and on either side into the rock face itself.
I'll massage this to Savroth.
That's funny because I was just talking to Savroth saying, do you remember we got ambushed in that valley on the way to Neverwinter when Duke Rothagenus betrayed us and had an ambush waiting for us in the valley?
Mm-hmm. Good times.
Good times. Yeah.
You get the massage of...
You get the massage.
Orcs.
Orcs
gate.
everywhere. There's so many gates.
Alright, so what is it again? There's...
About 20 orcs huddled in here, making a little camp. And a massive 100-meter tall gate. Or door. I think like iron forge. Carved into the side of the wall.
Like 300 feet.
My lord, you gave me that look like you're listening to me and my reminiscences.
Inspiration for shushing.
Inspiration for shushing Rofrost.
So they're camped out in front of this huge ass door.
Yep, and the gate is you'll see it when you get there. You have to deal with orcs first.
Right. All right. So I'll skinny this information. They're like, hey guys, got another fight on our hands.
They're up at the top, huh? How accessible is the top from as we've been traveling behind the scout? Like, how accessible is it to get up there, or are we on the top and the sides?
It also not need be a fight. We've seen the erratic nature of these orcs. We can bait them.
Which is what I imagine you would say if you were here.
Oh, I have to...
You can head back now.
Message. Yeah, so I'm back now, I guess.
Yeah. To get up on the sides of the pass would be very difficult, as they are icy and not meant to be climbed.
The door is huge.
And the dwarves also, like Chom and Durdral, would not be able to climb. And probably the fourth wouldn't even be able to climb. I can't remember his name.
How long does it take to get back?
Huh?
How long does it take?
Brolio, yeah. Plate braid. Takes them a minute, 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It need not be a body, but we couldn't toss something over the edge for them to chase.
The walls are on either side of you are like 20 feet tall.
Yeah, we're in the pit.
We can throw things against the wall and make them chase it.
Chances are, and he asks, like, they'll chase anything and they'll keep chasing it. We've seen it, but where will we hide so that they run by and not stop?
If they're ambushing us here, how do you suppose that they're going to get down? You think they're just going to ski down the slope? Like, I imagine we're in a channel and they're up at the tops.
They're not at the tops. They're in front of the door.
Oh, they're in front of the door. Oh. Well, let's just bury them in snow.
We can attack the walls.
We can use the Ring of the Ram to cause an avalanche.
And block your way into the doors even more?
We got fire.
We can dig the doors out. This is not a bad idea.
I'm not used to Arctic climates. I don't fully understand how.
Despite what the GM says, this plan sounds good.
Doesn't it though?
Ring of the Ram can make it. an issue for these orcs.
We're gonna bring a ram into one of the walls of the mountain and hope that the snow falls on these guys and buries them enough to not be able to move or do anything.
No, it just causes
Would it bury us too, though?
Would it not? It will cause a distraction. We will have the upper hand if the snow falls. Wait 1 second while the GM draws. While he draws the actual place. No west tonight, huh?
So I mean, if you're looking at it, this is the mountainside. And then there's a path that's leading up.
That's a vagina.
There's just walls on either side here that come down. So you're just like looking at
A vagina.
yeah.
A pistachio.
Pistachio.
Those are the two tower heads. They're carved into the wall.
We're trying to make it into the pistachio.
So, and then there's orcs just all camped in front of this
In front of the pistachio.
So
Pistachio.
walls.
The pistachio. God damn it. Is
What
that
a
rough?
predicament. Unless any of us has a means, does anyone have a means of getting up at the top of the shelves on our sides?
Levitate.
You also can levitate.
But not secretly. We can't just.
Well, you can do it before you turn into this.
We can levitate
pass.
somebody up there to do something further up ahead.
Somebody.
You can force them to scramble up the sides,
Yeah.
buying time for anyone up there to escape back down somewhere.
So,
Yes, my lord.
so
Zephyr
the
speaks.
idea is to bury these dudes in or these things in
That
snow.
was just
Well,
one
that
idea.
might not be a good idea because that will hamper our
And
means
then
of opening this door.
Because Ayasa can, do like fireball and stuff, will just melt the snow that is trapping them also.
Burning
so-
them in the process.
so hopefully
we'll frost
killing them.
fire antipodes. sort of
Our
thing.
initial idea is not the worst idea.
I'm already just looking at your shirt like, fuck.
You can
certainly try.
I'm going to write my name in the snow, my lord. I'll be right back.
Like, are the walls like...
Yeah, they're tough.
Yeah, but do they actually have like a crap ton of snow on them that like would actually fall down
No.
given... I don't know if that was
I mean,
a
this
cheesy
is-
question.
No. Like on one side, the wall. Well, on one side, the wall is the mountain. On the other side, it is what's been like. This has been carved into the mountain, so it's just been left there. And it's fairly jagged and pointy. There's a little bit of snow line on it, but not much.
So what it sounds like is that I would just make probably like a small hole in the wall,
You would just make a mess.
and then that distraction would lead them to just come right at us, I guess. So it's cool.
This picture is much cooler than what I thought. I mean, you can look at it like something like that. There's no overhead. It's just mountain above that. Walls on either side, or like that.
That's the name of the rings.
Each.
What's up?
I'm showing multiples
Hmm.
to get an idea. That's a good one too. So just walls or rock. Rock nug.
It's my boy.
1,000 times 1,000 apologies.
I forgot. What we got? Bad Gamer. Yes, they're all Dragonborn. Entire party. All from the same clan of Tyrmanther in the Forgotten Realms.
I'm not sure if I'd wait till Rofrost comes back here, but sounds to me like a better idea would be, you know, once we get their attention, like they're just gonna they're gonna go hard at us.
We've killed more than 20 before, and that's coming from the fucking thief. These guys aren't an issue, but we should try to. How many
did we fight last time?
30.
Could have been.
Well, regardless though, we might as well sort of set something up, like sort of at least a trap or something to like slow them down as they charge, to like give us an advantage.
And there's
before we make our
boulders and stones in the pathway.
I've been waiting my whole life for Cyber to say trap. Let's make a trap. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
There's boulders and rocks strewn about the pathway that you can move or hide behind.
You can also ring the ram the walls as they approach. That's the trap. It's a pretty good trap.
I'm gonna ring around them as they approach.
But you'd only hit one of them.
Talking about setting up a trap so we get their attention. They come back and then we trap them.
He got all excited that
I know, right? I told you. I was like, oh, you said trap? Let's do it.
Yeah, I love traps.
Well, because basically he told us like this snow falling off the wall thing is not gonna work.
Yeah, there's not enough snow.
There's not enough snow up there to like bury them.
If you hit the wall or hit the gate, there's enough rubble in it that it might collapse.
Well, then in that case, my suggestion is still just to levitate somebody up there to cause a distraction, grab their attention, and either they will try to scramble up the walls. I doubt it, but I don't know. These orcs seem pretty fervent. They might do that, and if they don't do that though, then they will come towards the rest of the group, where we can set up an ambush. I think that's just the best call for a plan, unless somebody has something really creative in mind. That is my tactical soldier.
Cue me.
This plan seems complicated.
No, get one person up there to grab attention. The rest of us set up an ambush down the way. And either they scramble up, and the whoever's up there, if that's how, it's going to take them some fucking time, because these are some sheer fucking walls.
I feel that we can distract in the passage we came from. Easier to distract this way than it is to distract up there. We have to send somebody that way.
What was this way? This way. What was that?
The entrance.
The entrance? Oh, distract behind with the door they're guarding?
Away from the door. Yes.
Away which direction? Towards us?
We're going towards the door. It'd be easier to distract them behind us than it would be to send one person.
That's going to cause them to just come to our direction. Then at that point, then why don't we just beat them head on? Fuck distracting them. Don't let them get a chance to grab the weapons. Let's just charge them.
We have a. Are the dwarves traveling in a cart?
Yep. Yeah. With 2 yaks.
That's right. So like we can't really hide that. I don't know if we could try.
You can try. I mean, they have tarps.
You can certainly try.
You can, they can get the yaks to lay down, and you can lay tarps over them.
So I want to say, how big, are these boulders straight up boulders, right?
Yeah,
They're not small.
It's ranging from the size of as tall as that, table over there, the thing, all the way to the size of these bookshelves, tall.
Like big enough that if the orcs were charging and they saw a wall of them, they couldn't all just jump over it with ease.
You can set up enough of them in this pathway is very wide. Mm-hmm. But if you are going to be standing behind these barriers, you know these orcs are just going to charge straight at you. So you could put enough rock between you and it that it would not be easy for them just to super jump over. At least, like, maybe the first line could super jump over, but the next line couldn't get over the people that are still jumping type thing.
We made a wall of these boulders on the path. That's obviously an obstacle that's going to give them, like,
How are we gonna set this up?
something to do. That, like, no.
It gives
like,
them
it stalls them.
While they're getting behind over these boulders, we would have free, like, range to just, like, shoot at them, cast spells on them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And especially if you, like, some of them are going to have to climb on it. If you grease the top of these things and they're trying to... Because you can't grease the snow, but the boulders
you could clear off.
Like,
and
Damn right, my lord. You've been in battle before.
I think grease is one of my spells. Grease, I have it.
I still think. I will say, I still think I still think it's advantageous. I still think it's advantageous to.
What did Iggy use in riffs that he used all the time?
Obscure area.
Obscure area.
Dust, basically.
But that way, even like
dust.
So these two could be, you know, at range, like with the dwarves, I guess. I don't know what the dwarves will do, but. And so every time one's like trying to get over these boulders, like.
Lands of the slaughter, my lord. I agree.
And you and I could be like. Up front, almost like right on the other side. So as soon as they get over, just.
I do like fighting at your side.
That's Savroth's idea.
I like it.
How's about that?
It sounds solid.
Meet them head on. How many were there?
20.
We killed 30 just down the road.
Like, I mean, you could technically find them mounted. I'm not trying that again, though.
I'll stand by your side this time.
My onyx isn't meant for that, and I'm not going to.
The snow is pretty deep.
So you guys are moving rocks?
We're moving rocks.
Okay.
Or at least I am.
Yeah, he's moving rocks. Chom is moving rocks.
I can move rocks.
You can move rocks.
I got a
Yasa and him and Ricker aren't moving rocks.
They're kicking rocks.
Ricker
Beneath
is
me.
Ricker is like going back down the path with the cart, getting the axe to lay down, and he's covering them with tarps, the cart and the axe, and then pouring snow over it to hide them.
Screw that shit.
The dwarves all have crossbows, so they can shoot as well. Is anyone watching the orcs while you're doing this?
He is.
Okay.
It sounds like I am.
Our scout would probably keep an eye on him since he's not helping move the boulders, so...
It's not my fault the rocks are so deep.
They're about halfway set up with the wall, and one of the orcs is walking down towards the turn in the path.
Just pause real quick. In this time, does he also have any rituals that can help us out with this fortification?
I don't think so. She can do Unseen Servant.
I
can serve you tea.
Helpful. Morale boosting.
Helpful.
Let me see.
Like, how far away is this orc from the rest
I don't want
of
you
the
to
orcs?
like kill time on it, and just off the top of your head. Since this is like a setup sort of thing, this is a perfect time for rituals if she has anything that's useful here.
Oh, so are you going to be on your steed thing?
No, not in this deepest snow.
Okay. Not behind a wall. Just, it would negate the cover.
It would. Believe me, I love opportunities where I can use it, but I don't think this is one of them.
She has Alarm, Tensor's Floating Disc, Unseen Servant, and Layman's Tiny Hut.
Yeah.
None of those really.
Yeah.
I don't think Roveress has the magical knowledge enough to say, like, if you set up a floating disc in a place where they would just run into it, because it's invisible, isn't it?
No.
He's like, set up an alarm.
Oh, I think the new one is invisible. The old one used to be silver, I think the new one's invisible. But it's always...
invisible discs where they're charging together, they go... Claw!
It doesn't stay, though. It's always behind the caster.
So it only goes 3 feet above and doesn't move up or down. It doesn't tilt. It doesn't do anything.
Oh, wait, someone's here.
Yes.
He's
been talking to us. Yeah. We've been talking back.
We are all Dragonborn. We're a clan of Dragonborn.
We've already answered that.
They already said this.
Yes. An hour ago. That's why he said, wow.
They didn't say it as well as I can.
Okay. So he's like halfway between the orcs and you, which is the corner that he's going to have to round. Still fairly close. I mean, he's within eyesight of the other orcs.
I'm going to wait for him to round the corner, and then I'm going to bow and arrow him.
Okay, make a stealth check. A bow and arrow, or
choose you and
attack him.
Stab that dude in the
I can just stab him,
Yeah, if you're going to be waiting in the corner and he's going to come around, you can just slit his throat.
A 20, does that hit?
For stealth?
Yeah, stealth is 20.
And remember, you have advantage.
Oh, sorry.
Nah.
Make it 20.
Alright. So yeah, he comes around the corner completely unaware of your presence, and you get a surprise attack on him.
Or you can 2 feet away from him, draw like a bow and arrow and try to shoot him.
Ow!
This fucking guy.
Whatever you
advantage.
Use more. Oh.
Too late. Oof. 16?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, let's sneak attack.
Sneak attack with the sword.
8, 9.
Did you infuse it with anything? Cold?
Snow along the way.
Oh, wait, that might be actually add 3d6, not just.
Yeah, it's 36 plus the weapon.
Yeah.
So, sorry, so what did I say? 9 plus 5, 14.
14. And
Your dex mods and everything?
Yeah, 14.
And the plus 1 for the weapon.
Oh, sorry. Plus 5, so 19.
19. Yep, he comes around and you just like... And he just slumps over quietly.
I clap loudly.
You didn't see it. You're moving stones. Alright, you set up a pretty jagged, uneven, like 10-foot wide stone barrier between you and the pass ahead of you.
There weren't any. It's not like fallen lumber we can use for like. Yeah. Okay.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Just the stones out here.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
When you're doing this, what's his face? Durandrol says some of these stones are worked. That some of them are like masonry, like someone smoothed them. They're not just boulders that fell off the mountain. And he's like, there are probably towers along these walls as you come out on this approach.
Well, so they work well today as they did then.
Yas is like, you sure you don't want me to levitate you up there? You can just shoot down?
Let's do it. You know, I love being a balloon.
She'll levitate you up over to the wall.
Let's do it.
When you get up there, so the wall looks like it's just
there I am.
part. Yeah, it looks like it's just part of the, it looks like just part of the mountain that got carved out. But when you get over top of it, you see that there's a trench of snow in it, and it looks like there's a path. Like it has a walkway on the top of the wall.
A currently used walkway? Or
No,
just
it's
a walkway?
trenched with snow. Nothing's in it.
Right.
So like you can set down into it and like dig yourself out, but it leads to the hole. There were towers along this pathway, but now you have an easy place to sit up there and shoot down arrows.
Bingo. High five. Oh, everyone is way below.
What is this?
This is Morrowind.
It's definitely Morrowind.
Yeah.
So, how are you going to get the attention of the orcs?
Ooh, let me.
Okay. I was like, initially I probably would have had our dexterous one get their attention and run back, but he's now floating.
Oh, actually, if you can get.
No,
He's up on the wall.
Dexterous is
So
also over.
that's over.
And you do have thaumaters. You can make your voice boom.
We can call them.
I also have thunder wave. I can be like.
We can call them.
Oh, you're gonna grease some of the parts?
Grease the stones. Yes.
Are you gonna do one casting, just like one area, or do
whole
multiple?
fucking thing? So let's do both. Yeah.
So all your first level spells.
Once we call them, however we do it, once we grab their attention, you could use your magic ram ring when you see an appropriate time to knock them down in their advance. Give our ranged units more time to shoot at them in their advance.
The ring of the ram would hit one of them.
Yeah, we went over this already.
Oh.
I think you were gone, but you went over this already.
If it's a creature, then it's one creature. It's not a wave of force.
Oh, that's always what I thought about it.
I have a wave of force.
I'll show you a wave of force. You're up on the top of the...
Let's see this wave of force.
This is my wave of force. Like,
okay. Got
Seriously,
it.
I literally have thunder wave. I can be like... But... I can't be secret after that. That was loud that you can do that.
Get him, Bandy. Get him.
Yeah, you can attack one creature you can see within 60 feet. Internally, you can expend one of the 3 charges to break an object within 60 feet.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's either you hit a wall or you hit a person.
It'd be awesome if you use that to, like, knock down a rank of soldiers.
Yeah.
Like fucking Sauron.
Are you ready? What are you gonna?
No, thaumaturgy to
call out.
Get their attention.
Get my back banner up.
Of course you do.
Good, my lord.
I yell, but obviously we have someone.
Challenge them well.
Yeah, it doesn't take long before 19 orcs round the corner in a frenzied mess.
Right at this point, before they get there, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna shield of faith myself.
Okay, and Ayasa has mage armored herself.
I will shield of faith Daredal.
Inspiration.
Thanks.
Oh, gee, Willikers, thank you so much.
I love inspiration.
The moment they round the corner, it's about 150 feet away, a fireball hits them.
Yay!
And they all fail their dex check.
That's like a Shadowrun roll.
Yeah.
I'm glad I also was just doing this without needing us to tell her to do so. It just makes sense.
Let Ayasa be.
27, 28 damage.
Oof.
Let's see, 20-foot radius. How many 5-foot squares is that?
20-foot radius.
5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Yeah.
Jesus.
Isn't Fireball 30-foot radius though? 20?
Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere.
Wow. It used to be 30.
It used to be nobody cares about your fake knowledge.
Fake knowledge.
No more fake news, it's just fake knowledge. That's fake knowledge.
Fake knowledge. Knowledge is fake.
6 of them turn to cinder as the fireball hits an entire group.
I will use this time to use a small spurt, my short rest spurt of my breath weapon to crackle lightning, like with a big old like war call, like
Also,
they seem completely unaffected.
It's fine. I feel good.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Can we tell these orcs are this same sort of like torn lip, crazy orc?
Yes, they are.
The yellow orcs.
They jaundiced, bit their own lips off.
Orcs. I like the yellowed orcs.
Yeah, they're scary.
I like.
They're almost like beefy undead. Like they don't give a fuck.
They're like
they were dead.
They're very, to me, they're very Reaverish from Firefly.
Yeah, totally. Yellowed orcs.
How far away?
Mutilated.
How far away?
About 150 feet. With your angle, you can shoot with your bow.
I can't shoot.
Crossbow bolts fly out. So
Already a job.
you get an advantage because they're not looking up. Damn.
Oh, dang it. 20. Does 20 hit?
20 hits.
20 hits.
And it's with sneak attack. Yep.
Yeah. 11.
Damage?
Yeah.
Is that with your dex and bonus?
Oh, sorry. 16.
And it's +2 from the bow.
17.
How are you doing? Good.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, you skewer one, he hits the ground. 2 crossbow bolts hit the same one, and that one drops. So there are 11 left. They are 20, 40, 60. They're now 90 feet away.
I'm going to ready a javelin.
Okay. Second fireball comes out. They make their dex saving throw this time. Oh.
Oh, this spell is different than the last book.
26, 31. Halved of 31 is 15.
Yeah.
Another 4 drop.
Okay. We're half strength at least.
And they're at 7
left.
Yeah.
Way less than
another shots from crossbows and bow. Mitch?
19.
Oh,
That
is
is
that all?
That's it.
Is that
Is it still
sneak attack?
Yeah. 20.
Okay. It's another one dead.
That's a pretty good
That's a murder. Yeah.
That's a pretty good
You
arrow.
shot that fucker in the neck.
There are 5 left, and they are now 30 feet away.
Are they still coming?
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though there's 5?
They haven't even met the
They haven't
greased
even-
rocks yet.
Yeah. So they are. They're 20.
Seriously, we've set up a good.
They're
fighting
20
shot.
feet away from the rocks now. 30 feet away total. So whatever you guys want to do.
I held an action for a javelin. Throw a fucking
I
javelin.
can actually sacred flame now. They're within range.
You can. You should do that before this guy wastes the javelin.
Well, he's not going to waste javelin. He's going to go out and get it back.
Oh.
It was very big.
So my sacred flame only hits
Like my
one
big
person.
dragon.
Yeah, same thing with his.
Pick up my arrows while you're down there.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Also, those arrows.
Well shot, by the way.
Oh, that last one was good. 20 damage from an arrow is pretty crazy.
I always thought that in D&D that bow and arrow should just do so much more damage than they seem to represent in the game.
Well, it's in real life. Like movies kind of take that away. When you get shot, people don't really
It's a
fall
dex
down.
saving throw. 16.
You know, people don't normally
He's
like
saved. So
react like in a crazy
Or just take him out.
done manner. Like if I shot you there, you'd be
Well,
like,
of
oh.
course, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like getting punched though. And getting punched doesn't necessarily knock you down, especially in the shoulder. I
It
just
just says the target will succeed on
your shoulder, you're like,
dex saving throw
ow.
or take.
Okay.
you did get shot,
Javelin.
but you don't fall. You know.
Nat
Nat one.
He just threw it into somebody that's us.
I'm sorry, I am far too inspired. No, I'm gonna take the nat one.
Okay.
God damn it.
You just overextend.
Just to see what you do.
You overextend, and so you release, like, at too much of a downward angle. You essentially just spiked your javelin into the stone wall, and it just shatters.
My stick!
My stick, stick, stick!
You still look at Savral. Did you see that, my lord? The strength.
I try to follow up with I dare you to get this wall. Come to this wall.
That's what I'll do if you come over the rocks.
That's right. I have 4 javelins left. That's not the first one I've broke, boys.
I know. That was just the funniest one.
Ooh.
Glad I got that roll out the way. Damn.
Yeah, good thing none of us were actually like in front of you. Good thing like you're the front line. So.
Yeah.
Listen, just because I shot a bunch of people that were on my team doesn't mean it's going to keep happening.
We're like fucking off the line. Like,
Dude, Isarok shot you guys 3 times, I think.
Oh my god.
Into the crowd.
You shot him the most.
Yeah. I drew a comic about it. Again?
Oh, Isarok.
Really? Isarok?
He was the worst thief ever.
I mean, he was a good thief. He just
It was the mistake he made was going back after he said
he was the worst friend. I should have said he was a good thief. He was just a shitty friend. Oh man, failed saving throws. Just bam, done. I could have rolled 3 dice and they would have all failed.
Does she want to? She doesn't want to throw her last fireball.
Yeah, I don't think she needs to do anything crazy right now.
No, she is just going to firebolt him.
Yeah, I mean, she might want to save spell slots for when we go actually inside the place. Yeah.
Fuck, man, I just wasted 2 greasing the rocks that no one's making it to.
No one cares about your spell slots.
Point taken, asshole.
It's funny because it's
Yeah. All right.
we need you to do spell slot stuff. We need you to just.
Oh no, my grease.
Hey, man, yeah, seriously. The last time we were in combat, everyone's like, what do we do next? I'm like,
No.
I was invisible twice. They're like, you have no spell. Like,
Oh man, no, yeah, no. And honestly, like,
mage hand.
shoot, grease is the wonderful thing about grease is that it doesn't. Unlike a lot of spells, it never like stops being
27.
useful.
27 will hit.
Wow.
Ooh, what a roll! Damn.
Seriously? So 21 plus 6, so 27 with an arrow right through the eye socket.
Yeah.
Like, holy
There
shit.
are. Yeah, you plug him. There are 3 left. They hit the wall. 2 try to climb it, slip, and smash down onto the rocks. The other one is just, he jumps up and he's making his way over roughly. So he's like difficult terrain.
Grease?
Huh?
I think plus grease.
Well, he didn't. He got over it. He got in a spot that didn't have it. There's 2 of them that fell though.
No, I know.
So even with difficult terrain, he is making it to the line. So he is going to attack somebody.
What?
Please be me.
1.
I get in his way.
I mean,
Okay.
it should technically be
That's fine.
At this point, there would be no reason to not have Rofros the closest to the.
Does a 20 hit
Stones.
you?
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
natural.
Yeah. I'm actually not hard to hit.
Yeah, because you're two weapon double hander.
Yeah.
Does a 20 hit? Just barely.
I would rather get hit than anyone else here to get hit.
He just leaps and has a great axe and is just bringing it down on you.
Ha! Take it.
Oh, you're gonna take it all right.
Big dice, come on. He's like, yeah.
The only hit these guys are going to get using the big die.
Grr. No, that's pretty good.
9. 12.
Well,
Dude. Sorry, I told him to use big dice. It's a big hit.
Oh,
I mean, he had a great axe.
but one of you's got a fight in it.
Attack back.
Oh, yeah.
Like how he likes getting hit. At least one of you has a... No, man, that was a great axe to the fucking shoulder. 12
Should
damage.
be a 17.
Ow!
Yeah.
It's not like these guys are worrying about their defense.
I need d6s.
Oh, this is like a stealth. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, actually, no. I'm just doing a basic attack, so just the
These are-
2d6.
2d6.
Plus,
Plus your
there's also
strength.
4 right by the
Plus
caddy, and then like
bonus.
5 next to
Oh,
Should we roll this?
I always forget about these.
A 6 plus 4 for 6 plus 4 for 10, and then my second attack.
You rolled a 6 total, and then plus 4 from your
Strength.
and then the magic. bonus?
So 11.
Okay.
Now.
Oh, that might miss.
Dang.
That might miss.
I doubt it.
Well,
Let's see.
It's the lowest roll you can get without being a nat 1.
He still might hit.
it's going to be plus 8, so 10.
No, it's fine. They do have hide armor.
But,
You're gonna use inspiration.
I can't miss now.
Yeah, right?
Okay, 13
Son
plus
of a
8.
bitch.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright.
I think your minimum is gonna kill him.
I mean, I reroll. Oh, not that. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be 8 plus 5 for 13.
Yeah, he
more
does.
You just like liquefied that thing, yeah.
And you cut him, and an arm comes off through the stomach, and he's just like, he's trying to get his axe out of your shoulder, and you're like, arm comes off, axe with it, and then cut him down, and he just folds in front of you.
Seriously, did you just liquefy 20 orcs?
Yeah, they are half hit die
Two of them.
creatures.
I don't know.
Okay.
There's 2 more on the grease rock.
But there are 2
But
more.
imagine if 20 of them got great axe hits on us.
Yeah, one of them didn't make it.
The dwarves crossbow one of the ones that slipped, like head. Like
I've got the other one. Plus, fuck you.
to use your inspiration.
13.
Oh, advantage. You already had
I was like,
advantage.
yeah,
Yeah,
13.
13 hits.
Cool.
It's actually what
Still
you
sneak.
need to hit.
Still need.
Still sneak attack. I mean, he's on the ground.
Bite. 4, 9, 13,
Yeah, dead.
19. Dude, that's some good arrow rolls. Like, some solid arrow rolls right now.
9, 10,
With that,
11,
the last orc sputters and dies.
You
Yeah.
what?
Here's what I do. So like,
you what?
chop up what? So the arm comes off, and with the axe with it, I'm gonna lay on hands. Kind of give and just smear that blood like war paint over my face as I lay on hands on myself.
All right.
So really, you have an orc-blooded face right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
he has like
very
jaundiced
nice.
orc blood on his face.
Wow.
It looks cool.
The yellowed orc blood upon your skull. Does it cover your coin?
His coin is.
No, it's on the side of my face.
No, mine's on the side of my face.
No, he's talking about the blood.
No, I smeared it on the side
Oh,
of my
okay.
face.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I look like Braveheart
Just
with red instead of blue. Or
And a dragon instead of a human.
So nothing.
So nothing like Braveheart.
yeah, exactly. Inspiration.
Inspiration.
So do I get one of those?
You
yeah,
did
you
one
get
of
a
those.
bonus. Yeah, inspiration bonus.
I know I could pass it off, but I'm not going to.
So nothing like that.
This is good D&D.
This is
D&D. Where are you guys? There you are. Ooh, you have enough for an increase.
What?
Oh shit!
Oh shit! That's the wrong one. I put it on 0 next.
I think you should get one more because of that. You should give him an inspiration bonus. Come on. No, damn it.
He only has 2. Rofras has 2 as well. You have 4. 0 next. You're close to it. Alright. Erudition. Everything's dead in front of you. Dwarves let out a dwarven victory cry.
Ha!
I'm gonna skinny that this is a path up here, but head in on my own.
Okay.
Okay. You see where it goes.
Take a path up there.
There is a path up here. I climbed to it, and now I'm like, what?
Yeah, the walls apparently have paths carved into the top of them.
Also, the dwarves said that these stones look worked. There used to be like battlements here, and we're not seeing them. But I'm up top finding a path to something. So,
all right.
Well, that could be useful. Maybe we could find something useful in them. Actually, yeah.
I've never found anything.
I guess
There is a big sealed door in front of us too.
You guys are gonna go get the cart, get that up, and
I
start
guess
heading across.
probably move obviously boulders out of the way so we can get the cart through.
Yeah.
Yep. So you guys are working on that, and you're heading up. So you round the corner, and there's the big door in front of you. So now that you are inspecting the door from a higher angle, and there's not orcs in front of it, so you're getting a good view, and you're walking up. The door, again, 300 meters tall, this massive stone
900
gate,
feet now.
900 feet tall. Like, this was a dwarven kingdom, the entrance to a dwarven kingdom. They didn't do small.
Just working in a hotel. 10 feet is one story. 900 stories makes it as tall as the hotel on Broadway in Providence.
That's the door.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The door, what was left of it, is strewn all about. All those boulders that you see covered in snow in front of the door down this entire path are chunks of door. And it looks like there was a cave-in on the inside and it busted the door out. So there's unworked rock coming out of the door and then, what was probably worked rock down below.
This sounds weird. Is there damage to the top? Like, does it look like something hit it in, or it caved in?
And it's coming out, from the inside out. So something caved in on the inside. It doesn't look like there's any impact on the outside. Going down this trench, I said there's 2 kind of tower-like things that overlooked it. There's 2 watchtowers carved in stone on the sides above the door so that they could have, lookouts and people to fire down. Well, the path you're on goes up to one of those. So it goes to the wall, and then there's a small little path that goes up to that tower.
I'll skinny that before I climb it.
And you are now, when you go around that bend and go up to the tower, you're going to be out of range for message. So this is the last message.
I'm yelling.
Yeah. Oh, just saying, you can message them before you do that, but it's the last message you're going to get out if you go forward.
Hey, boss, I'm going in.
I'm sorry. I'm usually good at listening while I'm building, but I kind of.
I found the path that I'm on leads to one of the surrounding battlements.
The tower that's carved in the wall.
It's carved in.
It's not really a tower.
You can see it. And my path ends, and there's a little path that goes in. But if I go in, I'm done messaging.
He's out of message range.
Okay.
So
I can't message you, so
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Have you messaged me at all?
No,
Okay.
He's afraid. He's afraid of what you would think.
I don't know why you never messaged
I messaged you underwater one time.
That was cool.
I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. Thanks, though.
I think about it.
Okay. So.
I'm pretty sure I did message you.
Also, you may have missed the fact that the door has been smashed outward.
That's the part. Yeah, I heard something about something smashed.
So there's
outward, like away from the fortress.
Right. There is a rock pile, like a rock fall inside, and it blasted the door out.
So I'm telling Savroth,
we're not be able to go in through this way.
So that's what I'm telling. I'm telling Savroth I can go in, but that'll be all you hear from me if I do it.
And do you have a reply to that? You want him to wait, or do you want him to go ahead?
Jesus.
Sorry.
That's so invasive.
So I used to do this to animals. Like every time my cats yawn, I put my finger in their mouth.
Oh yeah.
I used to do that to my wife, and then she left.
So I was gonna say, Taylor and I do that to each other. If you yawn or if I go,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, that's a terrible spoiler.
I know. I tell them to go ahead, but be careful because you're on your own.
Oh, so you're telling me to go? Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we're gonna
sneak in, right?
This is gonna be about a 10-minute little thing while we go through him, and you're clearing the path and going up there. All right.
Cool.
Ready?
Do it.
So just real quick though, the door you're talking about that's caved outward. That's the big door.
The main door
we're going up to.
That's what the orcs seem to be protecting. That.
Or they're just, this is a nice little defensible place.
We literally didn't think about that or ask about it. Like, I'm going to talk to the DM after this.
You never know, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You really don't.
That's fine. I just want to make sure that's the door we're talking about, not a door that he's encountering.
Sorry, I put my finger in your mouth. And by sorry, I mean fuck you.
Oh, he liked it. Wasn't the worst thing I tasted.
We got it on camera too. All right. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, so you guys,
Let's make a sound.
you head in. You're gonna sneak. So roll that. Remember, you have advantage.
28.
You are quiet as a tomb, which is about what this place is. You head into the guard tower. Quiet as a tomb, not a tomb. Quiet as a tomb. You head into the guard tower, and
just to be clear,
it has some stone benches. It has the windows looking out. Then there's a door that leads further back. The door it's stone. It came off like the hinges rusted a long time ago, and it's fallen, so it's just kind of on the ground, cracked. Beyond the door, there seems to be a couple apartments, a couple small rooms.
How far up am I? Am I 900 feet above the floor?
Yes.
Yeah, alright.
And you're like 900 feet, you're looking out down to the front of the building. Now you're turning around and going into the mountain.
I just wanted to make sure that I knew how far up I was.
And you look into the mountain, or you're heading into the tower, which is going to be heading into the mountain itself. There's a couple apartments back there. It looks like a small little armory room. There used to be weapons in here. They're all ransacked or gone now, but you can still see where the racks were for crossbows and swords and such.
And this is way up at top.
Hmm? I mean, they came from the inside to this.
I know that. I'm
It's
just
like a
saying,
murder.
Yeah,
I'm 900 feet up.
900?
I'm 10 stories above the floor. That's what I was saying before. I'm like, you guys aren't listening when he keeps saying 900. Like, I worked in a hotel for a bit. The Hilton on Broadway in Prudence is 7 stories. It's only 698 feet tall.
This is massive.
900 feet.
Oh man, I feel silly for suggesting, well, what if we create a distraction on the top and they start trying to climb up this
10 stories. I am 10 stories up looking down. That's why I was asking. Like, so we found this room, has weapons in it. I'm like, we're still 900 feet up. He's like, yeah, you're like murder.
Well, you're in a wall. Like, you're in stone.
But I'm 900 feet above the floor, right?
No, the floor is right under your feet.
But so I don't.
If you walk over to the window,
there we go.
If you walk over to the window and look out down to the path, you're 900 feet up.
Oh, so I'm in a tube basically.
You're in a tower.
So here's what I'm picturing.
So look at think of the top floor of the Hilton.
Yeah.
You're in one of those rooms.
Gotcha.
And you look out the window and you can see the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. I climbed into a stone face hole, like a window.
No, you went up a path and through a door.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. But now that I'm in there, I'm not in a hallway.
You're in the battlement.
But is there an opening that looks down? No. So
now there's just a hallway that goes back into the mountain.
Gotcha. That's
I was lost too.
I misunderstood. No. He and I both misunderstood. Like, I thought I was like looking down, like, damn, look at this big old place. Okay, so I'm upstairs.
Yes, you are upstairs.
I'm upstairs.
Find some good shit on your hand.
I will find whatever.
I will find all the things.
Not East Rock. This, that.
Now's a good time to be East Rock. Go find all that
strip
shit.
the copper from the kitchen walls.
Yeah. That's my favorite part about being a thief. Is
just to put you in perspective of this kind of a... And this is the perspective that you have. So look at the people at the bottom of that door.
No, I get that.
Yeah, but look at the... You see those windows?
Yeah.
That's where you are.
The height's not the problem. He's trying to imagine the space he's in inside.
So you're in one of these windows.
Once I went to the window, I was in like kind of a great hall. That's what I thought.
You're now in like just a little... Like someone walked up here to this guard post every day from carved inside this mountain. You're in the mountain.
Gotcha.
Carved of stone.
That's fine. Yeah. I just thought I could like look over and be like, damn, it's something to eat.
Not yet. I mean, you might get to that point.
That's fine. But that was the misunderstanding we had. Was it? I thought that was like an entrance to basically like an alcove looking over stuff. So I'm not. It
looks out onto the entrance, but once you're inside, you're...
Gotcha. Okay. And then there's looks like there were holders for weapons.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little armory for the guards that lived up here. There's a little like room that has bunks that used to hang on the wall. A table that used to probably be here. All of it's gone, broken.
Does it look like it's been used recently at all?
No, it looks like it's not been used ever.
There's no orc footprints or anything. Okay.
No. There is... I mean, there's signs that something has ransacked this, but the ransacking was long, long ago. So you can continue back from this. There's a hallway out the back.
Well, I've got it.
That kind of like winds. It's a little circular, kind of roundy. That's actually like stairway that kind of goes around.
Let's go down it.
Okay, and there's no up or anything. You're at the top. So you go down, and it goes down for you don't know how long. Can't really measure the distance of descent.
And there's no like exits so far.
No, nothing so far. And then it ends in another doorway, which is broken open.
That's fine. So that means that the entire spiral, there was only one exit.
Yeah, one exit, one entrance. You walk out onto this, and it is a landing for another stairway that goes down, but this landing has kind of battlements, and now you're looking out onto a courtyard inside the door. So
I can tell that this is the
you are now
of the main door.
the door is to your left because you came in from the left of it. Facing it, you came in from the right. So now that you're walking through it, the main door is to your left.
Gotcha. This
used to be some grand entry chamber, like where people would come in with their carts or would leave or whatever this city did. It had a big forge, so probably that. But it used to be a massive entry chamber for people coming into the city. So you're about 400 feet up, looking down on this. The entirety of the roof has caved in and is smashed down out of this place. You can actually see a hole in the wall off to the side. Just like this massive crack where buildings used to be, probably like inns and other things like that for people to stay, or places to store carts and things like that. But this chamber goes probably about 1,000 feet across before there was another set of doors. These doors were it's almost like archways, just kind of open archways. Many of them were smashed and brought down, but you can kind of see over there and see that goes out to another landing and probably goes to the city proper inside this mountain.
So the ceiling's collapsed. What are we looking at up there? Is it open air?
It's just stone. Like it's just
came down.
Everything came down and more stone, and all the stone settled.
Is it like all these avalanches? This place is still under the mountain.
Yeah.
And probably a part of the mountain, if you were to like keep looking up or going up, part of the mountain has collapsed in. Even a whole peak might be gone now. I
asked that earlier. I was like, "Can I see?"
Yeah, not from the front of this, but.
All right. Oh shit! I mean, does it? So there were orcs outside, and there's no hampering where I'm at. I mean, is there anything?
This is deathly quiet here.
Yeah, there's nothing in here. Yeah. Nothing in here. Let me make my way to the second landing. I kind of want to get towards the door because they're going to be coming in that way. At least that's the idea. So
you want to get down off of this and down to the ground level?
I do want to do that.
Okay.
Do I need to keep sneaking?
No, you're good for this whole thing. So you you start heading down. You head down this, and it looks like you came out from this way, and there's the battlement here, and the stairway that goes down this way. The stairway goes down, ends on a landing, but it's ground level. So you've just gone down like 400 feet. And that's in front of a barracks.
So I do want to do something real quick, just because we're here and I know what we're dealing with. I'm going to grab a little rock or a stone or something loose and just...
What are you using for light?
My necklace? Still have that necklace, right?
Light is permanent, right? Light the spell? Light?
No, it's not permanent.
You can...
But he's got a...
It's 1 hour.
Oh, then I have...
So you have a torch out or something?
No. I mean, how dark is it in here? It's pitch.
Yeah.
Pitch. Damn it.
Well,
yeah, then it's got to be
dark vision.
It's got to be.
Go and
no, that's not. That went away. I think actually that thing actually went for 3 hours. He told me later. He's like, "Your dark vision's gone." I was like, "Damn, man, that lasted forever." Then it's obviously going to have to be a torch, I guess.
Yeah,
I thought that stone was permanent. No, it's not permanent. Damn.
You can.
Damn it.
There's a ritual to make.
Oh wait.
Daylight permanent.
No, also Isarok had that stone.
You did it too with this character.
I didn't. No, it was that stone. I threw it in the corner. Yeah, with the drow. Sorry, that was me.
Him.
Sorry.
You've been doing that for
anyway.
You're heading down. You have a torch. You're trying to keep your cloak in front of it from the greater area, and you're just using it to get down the stairs. You get down the stairs. It goes down. These stairs go down for 400 feet into the corner of this great room, and built into the corner back into the mountain. So towards where the door is, because of the same walls the door is a barracks. So guards would just come out and go up to the towers from this room right here. They just lived here.
900 is almost 1,000 story. 100 stories.
Yeah. Pretty tall.
100 stories. Sorry. Yeah. 10 feet. Sorry, 900, not 90 feet.
This is the great dwarven era of their master craftsmen.
I just mispronounced.
That's going to be the end of that for now. You guys are finished clearing, and you can pull the cart through, and you come up and around, and you see this.
As you go down with your light source, we end it there. I'm like,
this big, caved out door.
What's the underhand?
I'm the inside.
No, he's asking Savroth.
Oh, sorry.
He's goofing around up top there.
That's what Savroth says. He's goofing around. You son of a bitch. You can't even... Come on.
Should we start digging into the doors?
Yeah, we need to find a way in.
Want it? Oh, allergies.
Catching a cold up here in the cold.
Yeah.
So you're going to look for some way through the rocks?
Yep.
Make me perceptions as you search through here and try to find a way through.
I was hoping that's what you would say.
No, it doesn't count. How did you bounce literally a metal dice? How did that come out?
Skill.
We'll remove his dice out of the key.
Hold on. What was it?
17.
Is that you? What was the perception?
Yes.
Okay, 21.
What you got?
I got a natural 20 with my metal dice.
I feel like the less I touch these, the better they get.
I want to say for this, it's...
Okay. Did you take allergy medicine?
No,
Don't take that.
Is there allergy medicine?
There's allergy medicine right there, but that's the one that makes everyone droopy when you drink alcohol with it.
That's the one we had 2 sessions. Dude, we had 2 sessions where... We had 2 sessions where nothing got done, and Wiley's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I'm not sure."
I didn't even drink that much.
And I was like, "I don't feel like I didn't drink that much either." And I was like, "Oh, he took the allergy." He took it.
Yeah, he's taking it anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't care what people say.
Well, there's only an hour left, an hour and a half left, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, you find kind of in a corner. There seems to be some rocks that you can, probably clamber through, and then you might have to do some excavating, but it seems to be a path. It'll take some work. Chonk and Deirdre are...
Are we just calling him Chonk now instead of Chonk?
Yeah, the Chonk. Chom
As soon as
and
you said
Deirdre.
Chonk, I was like, yeah,
Oh, no,
that's his name.
That's what he's described as, even in my notes. He's a big Chonk.
I mean, it's a nickname. You get it. You don't need to pick it. His name's Chonk.
And they're pulling like stuff out from their cart to make braces to make sure things don't come down. They're doing this the dwarven way. You didn't take stone shape, did you?
I did not.
That would have gotten you right through this.
Really?
Oh yeah, just
Because I can...
Stone shape.
just made
Create
a path.
a passage out of rock.
I think you know what that spell is.
I just said the description from memory.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You got a natural 20 on that check?
Yeah.
I found us a path, but it's gonna take some time.
He found a possible path,
Yeah.
but like you guys, like the dwarves are getting in there and putting up braces, trying to pry out and break rock and pull it out to try to get through this area.
I'm never gonna get the wagon in here.
Nope, that is not happening.
What's in the wagon? Do they need the wagon?
They will need to
what's his head
carry
saying?
the stuff, but most of it will fit. Most of the things he really needs are in Chom's backpack.
Also, Daryl has like a bum leg, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah.
We're carting him because he can't follow us. So leaving the cart behind is going to slow us down huge.
Well, you're going to be inside a mountain city anyway.
Find it. What did it say?
Maybe go back to it. Touch a stone object of medium size or smaller, or a section of stone no more than 5 feet in a dimension, and form it into any shape that suits your purpose.
Oh shit! You have stone shape?
He doesn't have it
he does
memorized.
say he didn't take it.
He has it.
Yeah,
He put it on his like
Let's
watch
camp
list.
out a day.
Right? I mean, that might actually be an okay solution to this problem. I hate to say that Rofrost is right.
Excuse me.
Whatever, dude.
I have really
Seriously, Zirnax defers to
going.
Rofrost all the time.
It's probably going to take a day to get as they work through this stone anyway.
It's more of like letting me do my thing.
What are you doing at the ground floor now? There's barracks behind you. There's this entire opening, like this open area, except for you can't cross to the other side to the left because the whole ceiling's collapsed. On the right, there's some old buildings carved into the wall and that huge crack hole.
I'm gonna do the.
And then there's the archway openings, which seem to be.
I'm gonna do the
area.
rock idea still. I'm gonna take a rock and throw it into the middle of everything for some sound.
No, sir.
Alright. What do you guys do now? I said, oh, you're waiting for you to memorize some sort of spell?
He's praying.
He's praying?
But he's demanding. Look,
No, that's okay.
We've been through all this shit. Give me the power.
Let's head towards the carved out buildings.
On the side with the hole above
I'm
them.
on that side, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's head that way.
Okay. Yeah, these things, like, they're all, it's like, almost like being in a town, except for the town's carved into the side of a wall. A couple 2-story buildings, 3-story buildings with different landings. Looks like places for carts and animals to be stabled. What possibly was an inn, a boarding house, some type of money broker exchange place. All of it cleared out.
And I can see the blown out door. Front door.
Well, not really. There's just a pile of rock in front of it.
Okay. Oh, so it's all the way up.
It's all the way up.
Like,
yeah.
damn.
This and
All right.
like so. If this room is like this big, this much of it, all the way to the door here, is just filled with stone,
Gotcha.
and it's tumbled out. So you're on the outskirts of the
I get that.
the right side, just where the stone didn't.
So there really
get.
is no light coming in.
There's nothing.
That's a fucking torch.
Just your torch.
Fucking torch, man.
Just think like East Rock. Remember, like you should think of you being East Rock, except that the clan is also you.
East Rock
He's
is
in thief
some
mode.
bitch. Xernox is a good guy. He's a nice guy. Underhanded is a title that other people gave him.
Yeah, it is.
You want to look at the big hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Put your hand in it. See what bites.
It's 15 feet around.
Oh.
Like I'm gonna...
Put your dick in it.
Yeah. Make an investigation.
Son of a bitch. 23.
Okay. It seems like smooth on the sides. Like the
like a rib for your flesh.
I know, right?
It is
so
broken.
So you started it like that.
A lot of it's like caved in and broken, cracked, but where there's other places, it's smooth and ridged for her pleasure.
That's a giant.
So this has been tooled.
Something, yeah.
Something made this. Is not a natural hole.
And it's going like right through buildings, like right in the middle of buildings and such.
Is it?
It really needs to be cleaned up.
Like I get that it's going through buildings, but is it just like right in the middle of everything? Like what the fuck is that? It's
Yeah,
coming
like
out in a logical space or anything?
No, it's not like it was built there for something. This smashed through the middle of the building.
How big is it?
15 feet around.
All right, I'm going in.
Okay.
Quietly.
I really did like Xernax in the party.
I know. God damn it. I also like Xernax.
Yeah.
He's got to do it.
And then I jumped into the Sarlacc.
Listen.
I don't know why we're so on board with this plan when we straight over like, hey, we just easily handle these orcs. We have no idea what's behind all this. Let's split the fucking party.
Yeah, that's how I do it, man. That's how I got a scout. I got a scout for you guys.
I still don't.
No, I'm not going in the hole. I'm not going in the
Things
hole.
go to shit.
I'm not going in the hole.
Oh,
Sure?
What?
I think you're going to the hole.
No, I'm coming back.
Why won't you go in the hole?
Because
You know you want
that's
to go in the
we'll
hole.
never go
fuck,
to
man.
Just go in the
I
hole.
know, damn it. All right, go on.
It's more fun to go in the hole. I would know.
Rock TV. Do the anything.
Go in. God.
In the hole.
Cyrenax is not.
In the hole.
Hang on.
In the
All right.
hole.
All right, well, let's do that then. So Cyrenax then is going to take a step back and realize that what's happening is pretty intense. Like, I'm deep. It's dark. And I'm very alone. And all he can hear is Clan Goldath going, "Get in there. Get in there." Is that what you guys you're chanting? Because sometimes we accidentally, you pray. Yeah. I don't believe in Bahamut necessarily. Yeah. You follow this guy endlessly. If you guys are chanting,
I don't believe in Bahamut, but I believe
if you guys
in
are praying and chanting, then I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel the need to go into that hole. Otherwise, I'm not.
Pasty nerds. What are all the other ones? Just hot chicks and...
It's just hot, right? Hot beach babes all the time. I'm so sick of it.
Oh, I'm so sick of Grecian women. No, you guys, do you chant that? You chant that?
They're not. They're
I know they're not there. I
there.
know they're not there, but I'm taking... This is the first time I'm going to really listen for Bahamut. This is scary. This is a hole. I'm climbing in it.
I mean, we technically do have our own hole we're trying to deal with, so we might be...
Fuck it, I'm going in. I take it.
Okay.
Initial
plan.
The hole.
Yeah, I'm going in. I'm going into it. My torch, I'm going in.
All right.
It'll be the one time that Savarov
this...
and Rofrost actually chanted together.
After the exit,
Lord.
which is
You
a
just
little
felt
bit...
it. You're like, is he going in a hole?
Go. After the exit, after you get through the
I've seen this movie,
exit,
by the way.
the cracks, the broken areas aren't as...
God damn.
smooth out completely, so it is just kind of this weird, ridged, smooth hole. Give me a number about how long you're going to walk, like in minutes.
Divide that by 2, and that's how much minutes you have left in your life.
I mean, if it's 15 feet, so I can walk through it.
You can walk through it easily.
Fuck, man, 10, I guess.
Okay.
It's a long...
So, as you're going, you realize that, it, like, just from looking back, you can see that it goes up a little bit, and then it starts to curve, and to the point where it's curving pretty heavily, and like if you shine your light back, even the light won't see around the corner you came from.
Vagina is this?
And you guys go up, or you go up and around, and you walk for 10 minutes. at a pretty after a while it's a pretty brisk pace because there's nothing in here. It's just a big smooth
kind of
tunnel. Just
I'm bored from going.
And the moment you drop your gun,
and then there is
spike trap.
A big dark thing blocking the passage. Kind of tapers down. It's blackish.
It's your fault, by the way. God damn it.
You were inspired by it. We didn't tell you shit.
Yeah.
Do I get inspiration?
I gave you mine.
Did you actually give him?
Oh, you did. He did.
No,
give it
I
to
used.
Oh, you used it. Okay.
You get inspiration for going off on your.
No.
You should get.
I'll take it. I said I'll take it.
You're the going off your own guy.
Damn it, man.
So
I'm so far away from you guys.
It's kind of like a mound on the ground. It starts on the ground, and then it kind of goes up to fill the entire area. So it's just kind of like this pointed black mass in front of you, and it fills the entire area.
Is it black like I hold my torch up and it's black, or I hold my torch up and it's dark?
It's bluish gray or grayish blue, or it's a dark color.
Is it furry? Is it scaly? Is it?
You gonna touch it?
You're not there. I'm gonna touch it. Calm down. I'm gonna touch it. Does it look like it could turn around and come back this way?
No, it's.
So it did this. It looks like
it eventually widens out to fill the absolute entire area of this.
So it's probably like a big drill.
How tall is this?
15 feet. It's 15 feet around.
It's a story and a half. So this house plus another half a house.
It could be a mimic though, so careful.
Fuck you.
Believe
me, everything's a mimic.
Down his intestine.
Everything's a mimic, man. God damn it. I have a scar on my ass from that fucking mimic. Anyway, alright.
When we finished this campaign, it turns out that the whole fucking story was actually a mimic that you just.
I mean, if it can't turn around, it looks like it's clogged it.
Yeah.
This is clogging it. Bluish gray.
Grayish blue, bluish gray, maybe grayish brown. Like, it's hard to tell by torchlight.
Those are the typical colors of nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fuck you guys. There's nothing behind me.
Is it black and yellow, Scaraffellow? Or
black and yellow, black and yellow, friendly fellow, black on red, you're dead. That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, that's not very helpful in this situation.
It's not very helpful at all.
Oh, it's not black or yellow.
I mean, I can't go forward.
Nope.
Because this is blocking the path.
Correct. It fills the entire thing.
Pointed?
It comes
to a point, like it's round. It's not pointy, but it tapers off.
Okay.
Yeah,
like you
inward, not jutting out.
Jutting out towards him.
Yes.
Yeah. Jutting out towards.
So it's a thing that fills up the entire area, and then tapers down to an end on the ground.
Yeah.
Wow, like a reverse drill.
I go back, I climb out, and
are you gonna touch it?
No, I climb out and I'm done.
Okay.
I'm touching it. I'm obviously touching it.
It's ice cold.
Even with torchlight? Like...
Hold on a second. Stream is laggy.
You gotta close all those Pornhub tabs, man.
Something tells me this is not the Pornhub computer. If it is, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can jack off in here.
We're not talking about me, though. We're talking about him.
Yeah.
If I had a personal game room, that would absolutely be the room that I'd jack off.
No.
Yep, I got nothing on my end that I can do for the stream health.
Have you tried not living in Europe?
Yeah.
All right. It is
original Diablo.
Yeah.
It is, right?
Is it?
This isn't the game file music.
This is a Korra tale.
Yeah.
This legend. It's close to the Diablo music, but it's not.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you touch it. It's ice cold.
It's ice cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
This could be frozen sludge, for all you know, that just poured down this hole and just stopped here when it froze.
Well, if there's no kind of discernible path forward, I'm gonna retreat.
Okay.
Like the way you think, Daedalus.
Robert will take his shirt off for $10.
That's true. I mean,
donate $10. Let's see.
We are not becoming a
I was like,
cam girl channel.
wait.
it's okay for guys.
We're just kidding.
We're
not kidding. Give us $10. He'll do it.
No.
Like I'll do it with him for 20.
Nope.
I absolutely will.
Turn off the stream.
No, it's not against the rules because I'm a guy.
No, it is actually.
Yeah.
It is.
Is it?
They actually ban more guys for doing it than girls.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Just Twitch is like that.
Yeah,
Can I do a freebie then? Or is it only when you get paid, or is it?
it's just when you do it.
Oh, really?
All right, so
Nobody will see it. So
I'll try it for you.
I'm
Head back.
going back to the hole. Unfortunately, is
that's kind of a dead
I
end.
feel like I learned nothing. Yeah.
I mean, you could start like poking at it, carve off a piece of it.
No,
you do all
I'm
kinds
not
of
carving. No, I'm just. It's cold. It's weird. It's at the end of a.
It's slick.
10-minute fucking.
It's slick and it feels a little bit slimy, but it doesn't. It's just cold. Like it doesn't actually leave a residue in your hand. It's frozen solid, whatever it is.
I'm scared
Yeah,
enough.
so
I shouldn't be
head
this
back.
deep. Yeah, I've got.
Alright.
Damn it! Fucking retreated.
Are you heading all the way back out,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
or are you gonna try to go to the only other place you can go?
Does it cut around?
So there is. So you came in from this way. There's the barracks, the thing to the tower. There's these buildings on the side here, and then there's all those archways.
No, the tube doesn't.
Oh no, the tube doesn't go anywhere.
The tube doesn't go anywhere.
Then there's all those archways that lead to something bigger.
No, I'm gonna come back out into the common area,
Okay.
and then I don't know. Let these guys do something before it.
They're making a path through a hole.
All right.
I'm gonna walk a wagon in here.
No, I know. I'm scared in here by myself. Let's move closer to the door.
You can come back
Which
and
door?
try tomorrow.
The caved-in door.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
you
head
could-
that way.
You head that way, and there's lots of rocks just piled up all the way to the ceiling.
Torch and everything, like rocks, no sound, nothing. No one cares.
So let me know if you're heading towards the archways.
I mean, there's those 1,000 glittering eyes looking at you.
Right. I know. I don't see those. Let's head back towards the archways.
See
Yeah.
those.
Head towards the archways?
Mhm.
Okay. You're heading towards the archways. Then...
Just so I know, the archways are on the same side I came down on.
Nope.
No, they're on the other side. I have to
Right.
cross the
The entirety
Okay.
of the...
That's what I'm scared of. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm crossing the.
Are you
That's
going
what
to
I'm
Oh,
cross...
seriously? Yeah, I'm doing it.
Are you
yeah.
crossing against the cave-in, or are you crossing against the wall?
I'm
or
gonna,
just do the
no,
middle?
I'm gonna go against the cave-in
Okay.
towards the archways. Because that's terrifying. You guys understand what's happening, right? There's a middle section
It's
that I'm
completely
crossing
caved in.
it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, and to
Alright,
another
there's,
side of the fucking mountain.
There
I'm a
is...
self.
Fuck you. After a while, you're like coming around,
Go in the tube.
you're hugging the cave ends, and you come around like a little rock, and you see a hand coming out from underneath the rocks, just sitting there, all rictus and grayed flesh, and grasping.
Oh, so which kind of rocks?
Is it holding something?
Nope,
Those
Is
are
it-
the
is it
Eastern
old?
variety.
it is old. It is small and stout.
It's dwarven.
You can find the handle and the spot.
The handle. Shut up. The hand. I'm like, hey, handle. So, well, now that gives me pause. Is there anything
Thank
else in the cave? That's why I said handle.
You're starting to kind of look around,
Yeah.
throw your torch out a little bit more. There are hundreds of dwarven bodies in front of you.
What?
They are very well preserved because it is freezing in here,
No.
and it looks like they were all running this way, towards the door.
Yeah.
And it looks like the cave-in smashed and killed most of them, and a lot of them have like marks that they were crushed or dragged and smeared.
How about on the ground? Are there any remains?
Oh yeah,
Anything,
like I said,
yeah.
littered
Yeah,
this entire
The
place.
whole place is full of dwarven bodies. All right. Well,
Looks like they were running through the archways to try to get to the main door, and then this cave-in happened.
I'm terrified, and I feel like going back, but I hear the spirit of Bahamut pressing me forward.
Damn.
So let's continue heading towards.
All right. I'm gonna
head towards the arches.
I'm gonna cut one thing off right there. Bahamut is definitely not telling you to go too forward. You can hear whatever voice you want.
You get to tell him that.
But it's not Bahamut.
It's fine.
If he thinks he's hearing it.
I think I'm hearing it. These guys are cheering me on the other side of the door. So let's press on towards the arches.
You're now stepping through and over dwarves.
Drum circle.
Can I say that I'm more cautious at this point? Can I be scared? I'm scared, man. I'm terrified.
You're walking across there. There's dwarven bodies everywhere. There's a couple people in armor. Most of these people are just in what was normal clothes. Amazingly well preserved because of the cold. But yeah, they were all running away. You make your way to those arches, and you walk out, and it's this large kind of ornate park. Used to be a park. There's fountains and benches and all this stuff, and then there's a railing that looks over an entire dwarven city. You're not getting the grandeur of it because you only have a torchlight and you're only seeing 15 feet out, but just from like the echoes of
how
light.
Low is, like, how far below me is it?
And it's like 40 feet, and then there's stairways down at regular intervals.
No, we're gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna rock it. Get it.
So how far do you throw it, and from where? Are you like going all the way to the railing?
No, I'm looking over the railing.
Okay,
and
down into the
throwing it. Just not like I'm not efforting it. I'm just rock sound. Let's hear it.
And you throw it, and
I'm so scared.
That's not a good sound.
I'm so by myself in here. Does it sound like singing?
Nope. Make a...
It does not sound like singing to me.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck me.
Fucking wisdom?
The whole dungeon is a mimic.
Shut up. Right.
Shut up.
Damn it.
No, roll better than that.
Oh,
yeah,
inspiration.
Oh, come on, let it happen.
Hush. 11.
I think you literally rolled.
Oh my god. Okay, you are not going down there. There is nothing that can make you go down there.
Going down there.
Yep.
Damn it.
You are frightened.
No. Yeah. So wait.
It is on your condition list if you want to check it. You are frightened now.
Yeah.
Oh.
You cannot move forward.
I get it. I'm scared down here anyway.
It's too dark. Torchlight. Whoa, buddy.
So
we told you not to take that medication.
No, it's the slanting.
Isn't there paper towel still in here?
Stuff. Here.
Isn't there paper towel still here?
No.
There's a paper towel.
I'm not gonna use that. Don't worry about it.
What a dick.
It's fine.
Hey, you went for
Play
the
on.
fucking toy first.
Yeah.
So it's still me though, like even though I'm terrified. Alright.
Well, don't go down there.
I can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
You literally can't.
I cannot.
Can't even.
Good thing this thing's not within sight because you don't technically know
So
what it is.
I'm gonna head back. I'm
So
gonna head
look
back.
at what the condition actually means. It's like,
I'm gonna head back.
And the source of the fear is that noise coming from that cavern. So yeah, you head back.
I'm heading back. I have to. I can't do anything else, and I was scared enough being down here. I didn't even want to go in that tube, but I heard what I thought was Bahamut's voice.
Alright, you make your way out. It's been most of the day. You guys breaking through and doing all this stuff. And then he comes out the tower at the top.
Hey, buddy.
And looking down, and she'll levitate you down.
Scary.
Good adventure, huh?
No, it was terrifying. So I was getting this. I did this, I did that, and then I saw what looks to be a subterranean city. So I threw a pebble, and I heard a moan that scared me so bad I came back.
What does the moan sound like? What kind of moan? What do you mean a moaning?
There's an entire roll of paper towels in there.
I thought this was it.
not even sure what to say.
What?
Microphone. It's so loud.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You're like blowing the mic out on the thing.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yes.
What kind of sound was it?
It was a moaning, he said.
So deep and so loud, it scared me to the surface. I am embarrassed to say I could not move forward.
Do you think whatever this thing was, is the direction that we're heading through this door right now?
At some point, we must pass through this. This is the reason we are here. Savroth, I did not find an exit. I just ran from the moat.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. What a nice boss. Fuck you too.
I'm gonna call you a
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's all good. No, it's all
I
good.
don't know what the hell it is.
Hey, it's all good. That's why I said I was scared.
We're still strangers in a strange land, like discovering crap all the time, so...
I can't find a
I looked.
So what I told Savroth was
It's good
that
to see that you're back alive.
he said, "Is that where we're going?" And I said that
Good question.
I couldn't find an exit. I just ran from the moan, and I apologized. I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't. I couldn't."
But like based on like the level you were at, because obviously this player.
Don't worry. After your first time, the moaning is not as scary. Oh, thank you.
It's seriously dry over here. The paper towel roll actually picked a lot
Here's
up.
the paper towels.
I'm telling you,
I was supposed to,
the paper towel roll did finish it. It was just so loud.
All right.
I'm basically just asking if you remember, because obviously like I know that you were higher up to start.
Oh, okay.
Did you make your
So,
way
yeah.
down, and so like could you give us like a level of like where we're at compared to?
Oh,
The interior was
Zyronex.
the interior was deep. It was at the bottom. I saw the cave in. I saw many a body, and then I saw a sprawling city below me. And from that city came the moan, and I can't talk about it.
okay. And from his description, you're basically on, like, if this is ground floor at the entrance, you're going to be walking in through these archways to the park, and then it's going to go down 40 feet to the city.
Okay.
And that I can't talk
So-
about it anymore.
So basically, he can tell me that like whoever that noise came from was not going to be right on the other side of like
The
this.
door. No, it's
It wasn't when I was in there.
Right.
But
you threw a
ran.
rock in the entry chamber, and nothing happened. Then you went to the city and threw a rock and heard the moan.
And that's I know, and I ran.
Yeah. So,
Nothing. That's fear.
you guys could rest through the night, as it's going to take you that long to get through this anyway. And if you want to switch out to stone shape, it'll make it really easy for you to get through here. You can probably even take the cart with you.
I'm going to retreat a little bit. I've never been scared like that before.
It sounds like
Fear
this is a place where
I mean,
we need to go. Right,
fear means you're done. Like you can't.
Frightened
do anything.
is disadvantage on attack rolls, and you cannot move towards the thing that
How long does it
caused
last?
it. Now that you're actually back in his presence, you're feeling all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because he has
I was
your
about
aura.
to cast Heroes.
I was gonna say, I'll take.
Day.
I'll
Well,
still
you
ta-
have a
I'll
blast.
still
You
take
have
the-
an aura.
Yeah.
I'll still take the night off. Like.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna hang out and say, hey.
Yeah, I'm not taking a watch. I'm not
You
doing
faced
anything.
worse than this
That was-
before.
Yeah, it was crazy. No, you
Yeah.
haven't. No, we haven't. We have not. And I've never heard anything like that before.
They've never faced anything like us before.
That makes me feel better. That's pretty good. I did. Ziranax really did like that. I can give that guy inspiration. That made me feel inspiration.
Yay.
That's great. That made me feel a lot better.
Yeah, you have Aura of Protection and Aura of Devotion.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't have...
What?
No, you do have it. Hold on. Yeah, you do have both. people within 5 feet or 10 feet of you get +5 on all their saving throws, which would have made you pass, and can't be charmed, which is nice.
Is that what you were? Charmed?
No,
I was frightened.
Frightened.
Yeah.
Fear effect.
I also have heroism, which will cancel out fear.
Do we rest during the night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Full rest, regain hit points, do all that jazz, get your spells back.
And now
You've successfully shaken.
I'm irritated that I ran at this point.
Give yourself those 12 hit points there, bud.
Roll
Oh
first.
no, you already did that. He laid.
Oh, he laid on hand.
Yeah.
He just gets his lay on hands
He
back.
tried to William Wallace himself.
Yep. What's the duration on Stone Shape? Is it instantaneous or is it?
Well, it used to be instantaneous. No.
Yeah, instantaneous.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just shape it.
And just. How many? What level spell is it? Second.
It's a 4th level.
4th.
Dude.
And how many, yeah. And how many uses of it do you have?
Dude, you can use so many things with stone shape.
I mean, it's
Why
your
not?
slots
I
are.
didn't realize you guys had 4th level spells.
So that's my.
Just got my second level.
He's got
last level.
Is that your
My
character
last
sheet?
level. I got
Yasa and Savath have 4th level spells. They're dedicated spellcasters.
Still like wow. Like,
That's
I'm
how
not
you
sure.
use it.
I'm still on 2nd level
One is
spells.
like
I mean, I don't
invisibility.
have
That's cool
anything
shit.
else
Like,
now.
She only has
shape stone. Get the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
out of here with that.
So like I don't like using it once is gonna help part the wave. I don't think it's gonna get us through like the whole thing.
You can just use that just to tune somebody. Like, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
can,
have to use that. You can use it at a
with shape stone.
like you gotten through enough, and you get to a pretty big rock that can't really like it would take a couple days to break down, and you part that away.
Oh, what do the dwarves think about that?
We've seen it before.
They've seen shape stone before.
That's kind of their bread and butter.
Yeah.
They probably have. I imagine it's so kind of impressiveness that someone else could do it.
Fuck man, I'm
I'm just
impressed.
saying like none of them have it.
Yeah.
Like Xernax is like what? What? I only know about water.
So pretty much by noon, you get into the main chamber. There's not much light coming through. You had to dig through lots of rock. You brought the yaks. You ladled them up with stuff, but you left the cart outside.
We can't bring the whole reason we did
Also,
this.
you
so
laid-
No, if he had multiple uses, he could have made a path for the cart. But since there was only one use,
Well, he's got the spells prepared. He's got more slots.
Also,
doesn't he?
you also
it's a
laid
4th level spell.
you
Do we
laid
want another
laden
day?
them with stuff.
Huh?
Laden them with stuff.
Yeah, like
Labeling them.
laden with
Laden, not ladle.
stuff.
Do we want to wait another day?
Probably not.
Why not? I mean, it's not like this hidden place is
Didn't you
going
hear the
anywhere.
scary moan?
Because if the orcs catch you with enough of them, you just get killed. Like you know that they camp up here.
Yeah.
Like we good. We don't need the cart. The dwarves have their tools and shit on them. I have my bag with the pinion piece and everything. in
Alright.
it.
I just thought we did.
No, I'm kind of with Rofrost.
I mean, I thought the whole reason, like, why do we wait a whole day just to bring oxen through?
You had to
without a
wait.
cart?
You had to wait a whole day anyway.
We had to wait a day to get in.
If
but now
you
we're
didn't
here.
have stone shape, you would be spending another day getting
hang on,
through.
actually, yeah, we don't need to wait. We have all of our spells back. We had a full. number of
Yeah.
spells. There's no reason to stop anymore.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just making
Stone-
I just don't want to go downstairs.
Stone shape allowed you to cut the time in half that it needed to get through here.
So I guess I'll lead us to the downstairs place.
Yeah. Well, what are you guys doing for light?
We're gonna do light. Sorry, we can now.
You're the cast light. Do it.
Well, you have another option.
Torches.
Yeah.
What's the other option? Is it you have some sort of tool on you that makes light?
Carry a torch.
My legendary scepter I have, I can do daylight.
No, yeah.
What? Fucking hold that thing. Daylight?
Yeah. It's like
it's outside in here right now. Yeah, that's way better than light.
Or is it 60 feet? 60 feet.
60 foot is 60.
Yeah.
Still, that's just just holding it.
Sheds dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Wow.
If you choose a point on an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the light shines from the object and moves with it.
Yeah, the daylight for that is only on itself.
Oh, okay. So just the
the glows.
You're just holding the sun.
Wow, I covered my eyes. That fucking bright.
It's daylight.
Both of us, yeah. Shit.
No, don't look directly at it.
You came from daylight, and now you're...
Is that what you want me to do?
And you can cast light on other people as well. Like
no,
his necklace.
It'll make
light on his necklace thing and your axe.
I don't know if I want
to go first. Well, if you'd also want a light source, even if you get separated.
I know I recovered or whatever, but that was pretty nuts. I've never been fearful before.
If he hears it again, will he automatically become frightened?
We'll find out.
Have to save it too.
Maybe.
Don't worry.
I'm just role playing leftover fear. That's what I'm doing.
So, are you using daylight?
You're not alone anymore, Zionist.
It is very dark in here.
Rolfrost. Thank you, Rolfrost. I look scared.
I just feel like daylight's gonna give away
Well, then don't do
way too much.
Let them see us, my lord.
Also, there's the thing of you can't see, and the orcs have dark vision, so they're gonna see you anyway.
All right, well, forget that.
Yeah, the orcs have dark vision, my lord.
I did not know that. I should have read that in my book of common creatures.
We brought a book about this shit.
We did bring a book about it.
So daylight, light on his necklace, light on his sword.
Yeah, which he has to do his own light, right? Or
Ayasa could do it.
Walking in daylight.
I just couldn't remember who the other one that did.
My necklace is relit.
Yep.
Okay, cool. But I'm not going first.
All right. You walk through what I already described.
Yeah.
A bunch of dwarves that were running away running for the front gate and got crushed by that cave-in. You see the hole in the wall that he described. You see the archways to the city.
Something in there.
Let's spit in the hole.
I'm gonna run all the way over there.
Yeah.
Spit in it and run all the way back.
Yeah.
It makes Xernax feel better.
Is there anything you want to investigate in particular in the main chamber before heading to the city?
I'm not instigating anything.
These
guys got to decide.
Investigating,
I really
is it just all just broken ruins, or?
He went through all in the first chamber, the entrance chamber. He went through most of the buildings, and they've been ransacked and are gone. The only thing of interest is that hole in the wall.
Also, remember the cave-in is just littered with bodies.
Hey, what's that?
The cave-in's full of bodies.
Yeah.
Then, on the other side, I found what looks like an underground city that I couldn't do it. I couldn't go down there. Now you're caught up.
Like the Underdark? Do we know what that is?
Yeah, but it's a dwarven city. It's a city in a mountain.
Oh, yeah.
This is way too close to the surface to be.
If I use one of the spells off of my scepter, does it actually count as using a spell slot?
Nope.
No,
they are at will.
Right?
So
his spells are those spells in your scepter are at will. It doesn't need recharging.
So I can.
That's a legendary fucking item right there.
Oh.
And he doesn't even know all the things it can do yet, right?
It hasn't unlocked everything it can do yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did they try to plug?
I just got quiet boots.
If this thing is pointing in, did they try to plug away? Did they try to plug out the city from whatever was happening in here that caused the death of these dwarves?
Normally I would say yes, but the bodies.
I mean, these were brave souls that were on the other side when they
were
plugged.
Killed in the cave-in.
Plugged?
They were trying.
Well, okay, so there's a tunnel.
To close the door.
There's
the tunnel's on the side of the wall.
Yeah, and on the other side of it.
No, we didn't. We didn't find out what the tunnel was. I went into the tunnel for 10 minutes and found something at the end.
Yes, that is for the planting it in the ground.
Oh, so just for the protective aura.
Instead of poking it or doing else, I just was like, you know what, I'm done with this.
Spells,
then I went to the other side after seeing all these bodies and found but it looks like a subterranean city that I couldn't go into because fucking scary.
I don't really know what to do then.
Alright, so I'm gonna
all we can do is
cast
explore.
detect magic and just. Cause are we still seeing like? Are we in the area where there's some of these bodies and stuff, or are we not got there yet?
You can be there if you want.
We're inside.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You're in the main...
we know where the tunnel is, we know where the buildings are, we know where the arches are, we know where the downstairs is.
The city
just
is,
not
yeah.
going first.
Right. That's fine.
You guys... So in the antechamber, if you detect magic, you get nothing. There's nothing magical around in its radius.
You right over there?
Yeah, no pain. No fine.
So basically, detect magic though is like up to 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's within
So
30
you
feet
continue
of
to
me.
walk
So
around.
if we walk by something that's magical within 30 feet of me, I'll be like, hey.
So you heading towards the archways in the city, or...
Are
The
we headed
hole.
towards our choice?
You're in charge. I am not in charge this time. I am not going first this time.
I believe Rofrost can lead us.
Fine. To the archways.
To the
Follow
arch-
me.
Yeah, follow him.
Dwarves?
So this is one of the few times ever that we played so far that I am not in front.
The dwarves start saying little prayers as they're walking over the corpses of their ancestors.
Take point. I'll scout ahead of you.
All right. You stride forth out into the park kind of overhang that's off the archways, and you walk up to the railing, and with the daylight behind you, casts some light down, and there is a massive dwarven city inside this mountain. Buildings and streets and things up the walls and all this kind of stuff. And it is almost 100% in ruins. Everything is smashed, buildings are smashed, bodies everywhere. You see more holes in the walls and the ground.
Like tube holes.
Yeah. And then from one of these holes, off to the right, you see this massive grayish, brown, bluish, gray, icky, vein, of substance running through the town and out another hole.
I touched it.
You gonna go down into the city?
No, we're way up there.
That's hundreds of feet down into the city.
I
will
looking
say
down.
though that I saw that at the end of the tunnel that I went into. This is the same creature or the same kind of creature. Also, you go first. I'm not going down here.
It's a grayish blue and like you said, like a vein of a substance.
When I say a vein as
Ricka.
going through a substance, basically just a massive, consistent thing going through this, almost like it's water or stone.
I'm called Ricka.
Yeah. What can I help you with?
You see this, don't you?
I do. He's scribbling away at parchments.
I give him a minute to do scratchings, and I just kind of shake my head, and it's all ruined. We don't have enough time to pick through all this. If you're familiar with this sort of style of architecture, we need to know where are the important lanes. Where?
Well, the forges would be below the city, in another chamber.
Below the city, you say?
I don't know. I think I see something across the way. And he points, way to the other side. That could be the castle, where the lord of this held, or it could be the gateway to their forges and foundries. But it's probably a good place to look.
Thank you for your counsel.
Have any of you seen this sort of creature we're witnessing now?
Nope.
No.
On your head, boy.
Still in time, I'm not happy to hear the DM roll dice and go, no. I'm damn it, man. Usually you wanted to say yeah.
What if it was just a trap and there's nothing there. It was just some sort of remnant thing just to psych you out.
Anyway.
And you're just role play into it beautifully.
We look to Sabra.
And
so we have to find a way To wherever Ricker's pointing.
Yep,
No,
the
we
other...
are looking to the forge.
Yeah.
The direction seems to be behind the...
Over this first
veiny beast.
vein. This black thing that's crushed through the city.
Oh, we're gonna cross one of these, yeah.
Well, then I will add, by the way, it can hear us.
What?
Whatever it is. I threw a rock down here and it moaned and I ran away. So Nufford.
Want me to cut away through it? Let it know that we don't give a shit?
And then it's up to several.
Well, I guess we'll vote for whatever path that's gotta get us going in the right direction.
Okay. You start heading down there. There's some pretty wide paths. There's lots of rubble, as it looks like these buildings just got smashed and dragged and all over the place. But the main laneways were huge, pretty wide, and you can pick your way around them.
Are these guys being quiet enough for me?
No, they're 4 dwarves, one with a crutch. There's a guy in armor.
Like, ox with us?
Yeah, there's oxen or yaks. There's 2 yaks with you. There's
I'm not having a good time then.
Or not.
Do you want to stealth and scout it?
No, I can't.
As you guys are heading towards the object that's running through the city, something starts moaning. Wisdom checks all around. Everyone, it is a saving throw, so everyone gets +5.
Man, +5.
Yep.
+5, including myself.
In addition to what we have?
Yes.
Yeah. Paladins with you.
16. God, I'm much less scared with you guys with me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wisdom, you said?
+5?
+5. Plus whatever else you're saying.
19.
The scepter gives me advantage on all wisdom checks.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling pretty good about it. I'll take 18 + 5 is 23.
Okay.
Plus whatever.
Plus your wisdom.
Oh, plus the actual wisdom?
Yeah. You have saving throws.
Oh.
It's right there. Wisdom.
Plus 8 more, so 30.
Yeah. 31. You're like, whatever.
I'm not worried about
That's clearly the moan of some creature.
You hear the moaning, and you kind of like, you're looking around. You're like, this time, now in the company of everyone, you're like, no, I'm not going to run this time. You're looking around, and you make perception checks.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You're terrified.
It's impossible for me to fail perception checks. It's literally impossible for me to fail perception. 12.
Well, good thing
I rolled a 3 and a 12. Perception is 9. Plus 9.
21.
Okay, what'd you get?
12.
Okay, so you're like, everyone else, just the moaning is coming from somewhere. You're like, it's coming from above us. And you look up, and on the cavernous ceilings, with all the stalactites, there are shadows like moving from stalactite to stalactite away from you.
Fuck?
And that's you. There's at least 2 or 3 of these things that just like,
No bueno.
and they're like moving away from directly like ahead of you. And it seems like the moaning is coming from these 3 things.
Fun stuff. Obviously, I would skinny this information.
Yeah, and you guys look up, and it's really hard to spot.
I feel better, but it's still scary. What?
It's really hard to spot them from just the shadows of the stalactites moving because you're walking with a light. That these things just kind of, and they just wrap around stalactites, and.
Oh.
Damn it. Perhaps I should break away from the group and go into the dark.
I wouldn't suggest it.
If they're running away from our light, then we should just stay in the light.
I'm more comfortable with this idea.
So, okay.
Just move it as a group and just be aware that
Strange vermin in strange lands.
There's something above us.
I felt too. Zernax would be embarrassed. I thought it was down here. The moaning scared me.
You spend a lot of time alone, right?
So you make your way to the
Plus, you probably never made anyone moan before, so I can understand why you were frightened.
Continue with your DMing.
You get you're walking up to this. You're walking up to this thing.
This is silence too.
The
Super
thing
quiet.
is, now that you're closer and now that it's in daylight, it's kind of there's almost a reddish tone to the gray, blue, blackness of it.
Of the thing that's kind of...
Yeah, it is very, very uneven. It looks like it's been, whittled down or, shrunk or
thing.
this big thing. And it's about 12 feet around.
I already touched it earlier.
Yeah,
I'll skinny them. Yeah, I'll skinny them. It was cold and slightly slimy.
What direction is this?
It's going
through
across
the entire city.
Is this a thing that still looks like just like a vein, sort of like a...
No.
Now, when I said vein, I'm talking about
through. Does it look like a vein?
Like a vein of silver in rock.
Yeah.
But this is a vein going through this. You walk up, it looks like just something, a big piled through here.
And it's fleshy though, right? It looks wet and cold.
It's frozen. It's not fleshy. It's frozen. It's rock hard, cold.
What's even weirder?
Yeah. And kind of reddish when you get up to it now.
How fast was it going?
I seriously, was there when we got here. It's
not moving.
I saw it.
I thought you said he was just whizzing by.
No, I saw
it's going through the entire cavern. It's just laying there.
I think the veins.
I think I found the butt of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As much as I don't want to say it, I'm pretty sure that Jirnax is still pretty spooked. So.
If you look, it's coming out of a hole in the wall, and it's if you think about it, from the front room to this room, it could have been that. You would have gone up and around and over, and might have gotten to the end of this thing. You want to touch it? You want to?
I was going to say also
investigate it.
Hush, real quick, just for the RP perspective, I just want you guys to know that Jirnax is still pretty spooked. He touched it earlier, and he's not having a good time in here. So touch and poke.
Nothing to be afraid of. Jirnax, we're all together now. However, I think we're here to find a forge. We don't need to mess with whatever ruined this city. We can let it rest and sleep till the end of time. Let's find the forge.
What do you say?
For what?
Don't you say for once.
What's happening tonight?
He took medication.
Because for once he's actually I want to stay on the actual
quest.
I don't want to go and just
scared.
Just have a random conversation with Rick or some other
random conversations with Rick. He's a cartographer who knows these cities layout.
Also, knowing that it's cold, it's not going to bother me.
Your lack of understanding is not a
My investigation's not very good, so I got to roll high. 13 is all I got, so never mind.
Okay, but so you walk up to it and you pull out a dagger and you can cut into. You gonna stop Lord Zabroth?
No, let him do it. I'm the same way. I'm
you just kind of one of the jagged kind of parts of it. You can shave it down and it comes off. And when it comes off, the outside is frozen solid. It is cold in here, but the inside is a little bit less frozen and it's kind of spongy and feels like flesh.
What does it taste like? Don't eat it.
It tastes first off cold. Second off, there's a little caustic bite to it. Your tongue kind of numbs after you lick it.
Don't do that. Not good.
I can't believe you did it.
If you start to work at it and do that kind of stuff, this almost yellowish ichor will start to kind of pull up from the tissue.
My lord, this may be what made the orcs yellowed.
And you put it in my mouth.
Inspiration for making that connection.
Some sort of rooted blight.
Make an investigation.
God damn it. I'm kind of scared of Saffron right now. I'm just having a tough time tonight.
Yeah.
Investigation?
It's 12.
When you say that, now you're looking at it and how he cut things off, this thing looks like it has been carved into over and over and over.
The meat.
The starving orcs. Why wouldn't they eat this shit? No wonder they're guarding this area. Cybernex, you're a genius!
You didn't eat it, you just licked it.
That's why I said, don't eat it. Don't eat it. I can't believe you licked it, though.
Wow, that was actually really good.
Hey.
I mean, we already asked the dwarves, like, if they have any idea.
Yeah, they have no idea. But now that you're, like, talking, like, this creature, like... Now that you're talking about there's a creature, Daradrell kind of, like... You think this is a monster and not just some...
What else would it be?
Tube of flesh.
Like
it's
aftermath of some spell, or...
Where does it go? Where does it go? Does it get thicker anywhere?
And I'm still not detecting...
It goes across the entire canyon, so there's a hole in one wall off to the right, and there's a hole in the other wall off to the left. You'd have to traverse the entire city to get to each hole.
What the hell? Is this like some sort of evil world tree route?
Well, no, like I found it too.
No magic.
End of it. It's more like a worm.
Can I detect poison and disease real quick?
Yes. It's free from your thing, right? Or is this a guess? There is...
Obviously, I would drop magic.
There is poison in this thing.
Okay.
I got the poison in the thing.
So,
you know what's funny is I suggested that you eat it and then you licked it and I was like, don't do that. And then like we garnered so much knowledge from your lick.
So this is Drunbar.
Oh shit! Was the name of it? That can't be good.
So Drunbar is the city that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, right? It is.
Because now we never knew. Our history tells us that there was a city. Let me just tell you the story. There was an ancient.
This is your favorite part.
There was an ancient dwarven city coveted by the Dwergar, who lived far below. There are dark cousins. They come from the Underdark. They were slaves to mind flayers and became evil and twisted because of it. They coveted this city and made war against it. 50 years they sieged the city, and the gates never once buckled.
How long do your wars last?
Hundreds of years. I mean, you're going into like 10 years of your war.
I know, but
yeah.
5 times.
Yeah,
that,
50.
You know.
Their doors, out of spite, because they could not take our gates. The Dwergar dig deep into the earth, down into the Underdark, and woke up Doles.
Doles?
Dhole. Massive worms. And they led them to the city where they crashed through and destroyed. Now we know what that city in our fabled history is also the fabled Drunbar.
So these worms, are they dormant? Do we need to worry about them?
It looks dead. They've been eating it.
Perhaps we should move on. I'm still weirded out by the moans. I didn't like that. I know we saw the things.
We don't need to really investigate this crap anymore.
You already licked it.
So yeah. I think we figured
it's poisonous. Yeah, seriously, the orcs ate this worm and went crazy.
Would it be okay?
Oh, fucking A.
Whoa.
What the fuck? It's dead, right? We think it's dead.
It's frozen.
Dave, I kind of got a big day ahead. It's about midnight.
12:30 is when we stop.
Okay.
Unless you really want to...
No, 12:30 is fine.
We can call it. It's all good.
No, another half hour is fine.
Right.
I mean, this is a good place to stop. You just learned about this crazy thing.
Let's call it.
Yeah. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, let's call it. Yeah, for sure.
Good call with the connection with the orc. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, yes. They've been they've been eating this stuff because it was like free food carved off. But these things burrow with acid and poison, and they got down to where the acid and poison was. And
that explains the smooth tunnels.
So was he touching the closed?
Nope. He's at the ass.
I think the butt. Yeah.
He was at the butt.
It kind of came to a point. And I went. It's cold. Yeah. I'm the fuck out of here. And then I heard him. Fuck this. I'm too far away. I'm 90 stories below you guys. Like, I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah.
Sorry. Zero next doesn't spook easily. It should not get made, man.
Yeah. Do you see the person down at the bottom?
Yeah.
It's 15 feet across, and I think this is a undead one. Because why not?
Yeah.
We can raise one of these things from the undead.
You want to take us in?
Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. This edition of the Wileyverse. We're heading ever forward into the Forge to take our Platamantian to try to find some sort of salvation for our homeland that we're so far away from. And we are so happy that you can all join us. Thank you, Daedalus, for coming in around here and talking about our porn and bad gamers, asking about the Dragonborn. These are rhyming things. Those are my favorite things when we have viewers. But please join us next Wednesday. We'll continue this sort of hot mess. And we look forward to having you here again. We're just some crazy pasty guys playing Dungeons and Dragons.
9:30 Tucson time.
That's right. Thank you.